Only people that listen to it are us anyway.
Yeah, so we're recording now. Great. Well, well, okay. We're off to a great start. Welcome to Wrestling with Tim. My name is Tim. I'm joined by Ian and Corey, and we're actually in person today. Hi, guys. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Thanks for breakfast.
Yeah, no problem. You just got to tell me it was the best breakfast you ever had, and we'll continue this, or else I'll just kick you out now.
It was the best breakfast I've ever had.
I don't believe either of you. That's okay. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Doing good. How are you?
Great.
Vibing?
Yeah, sure, why not?
We're on the road to Wrestlemania. Everything's happening.
So at this point, I think we're like 40 days from Wrestlemania or something like that.
Like I think we're.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Because
I think we're like 7 weeks out exact.
7 weeks?
Yeah, I think we're 35 days out.
How many days are in a month?
30 to 31, depending on the month.
So I said 40, and you said 7 weeks.
Yeah, that's 35 days.
7 weeks?
There's
7 weeks is almost 2 months.
Oh wait, no, I'm dumb. 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's like,
what are you talking
are you
about?
on?
I'm thinking 7 days in a week.
No. Just like, what are you talking about right now? So WrestleMania is coming up. Are you guys sold on the Roman? I just want to start with that. Are you guys sold on the Roman, Seth, and CM Punk triple threat that's clearly happening after the main event on Raw?
Yes.
I mean, I'm down for it. It's not what I would have done, but I see the appeal. I mean, it's the closest thing we're gonna get to the Shield triple threat at this point. Like, I don't know. I feel like a one-on-one feud between any of the combinations I would have found more interesting.
I definitely would have also rather had a one-on-one between like Seth and Roman, and maybe throw Punk in the triple threat against like Cena and Cody or something like that.
Well, no, I don't want that.
I don't know. I still, regardless of what you do with Punk, I would have been happier with a one-on-one with Roman and Seth.
Well, I guess I'm a little indifferent then, because I think about it and I'm like, I think the way they're building it is really cool. I like that we had at the end of the match, Roman appears, pulls Seth out, Seth wins, destroys Seth Rollins, looks over at CM Punk and sees, hey, wait a minute, no, that's my guy.
Which, if you think about it, Paul just went in there to check on Punk. That was not Punk's doing.
Sure, absolutely.
So Paul Heyman goes to check on Punk, and Punk gets beat up for
it.
But
it's Roman. Roman is the jealous boyfriend at this point.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Roman ain't gonna beat up on Paul Heyman either. That'd be crazy.
I mean,
that would be crazy.
He did get put through a table last year.
and Brock
Literally
Lesnar's
last time
done
they
that,
were at Madison Square Garden, Paul Heyman got put through a table.
Actually, I think the only person that Paul Heyman has represented that never hit him was CM Punk.
Man, people still slander him.
I think that's right.
Has Roman put hands on Heyman?
Not yet.
Uh-huh.
But that's my point. Like, so to say he won't, I don't know. Everyone seems to.
You're right.
So yeah, I think that triple threat's going to be amazing.
Oh, it's going to be
a
really
great match, yeah.
And I think the way they've built it, I think a lot of people were skeptical on how we get there. What does this look like? And I think the story of Paul Heyman connecting CM Punk and Roman, and then everyone's hatred for Seth Rollins, like also like kind of tying them all together is like a really cool like way to get there. That's not how I thought we were gonna get there, but
everybody hates everybody, and it's great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And, like, we don't need a title. We don't need this convoluted. No, I hate both these guys. Both these guys hate me, and they hate each other. So let's rock out.
And the question is like, who wins though? And we don't got to figure that out today because we still have so much to go. But there is another triple threat looming from the Raw brand.
I'm more excited about this one. I'm
Me
so
too.
much more excited about
Me
this
too.
one.
I know.
I didn't think I would be.
And I know Corey is too. But it's Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley.
Especially after that segment on Raw.
Bro,
that was.
I think I am at the stance that outside of Cena and Cody, this is the best built story for Mania so far.
Oh, yeah.
It should probably main event night one.
It probably won't, though.
I hope so.
I
think it should. I think it should. I don't think it will.
I will tell you who wins this one, in my opinion. And I think it's Io Sky.
Yes.
And I say that because the other two seem so hell bent on fighting each other. They've already written her off. That was the whole segment.
Yeah.
They wrote her off as
Put
like
some
even
respect on me.
yeah,
I'm the champion.
even a threat, and then she just smacked the piss out of both of them.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like WWE is gonna want to keep Bianca's WrestleMania streak a thing because they've brought it up at this point.
They have.
I think they're gonna want to keep it a thing. I think.
Well,
Bianca,
then Rhea take the pin and just pretend like Bianca didn't get pinned. That's what they did with Edge. Edge was in a
Yeah.
Money to Make ladder match, and then he got sat on by Jeff Hardy off the top of that ladder. He got put through. I was there, so it was crazy. So yeah, that happened, and then they pretended like Edge didn't lose that match. There was only one winner, and it wasn't Edge. So, you know, you can that stuff can be manipulated. I mean, look at Goldberg's streak, or
Don't.
streak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, I think that match is just,
That is gonna be so good.
and I really feel like Io has to win.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
hope so.
I just look at this guy coming
No,
all the way around.
I've said the whole time. I hope she wins. I just don't think she will. I hope she does. I don't think she will.
Sure, pal.
Dude, I like Io Sky. This whole Io Sky's. Ian hates
Can't
Io
you
Sky
see
thing.
we believe you? We totally believe you.
No, I've liked Io Sky. It's never been. I don't.
I just
want to
know: are you trying to convince us or yourself?
Y'all, I like Io Sky.
Okay.
I don't think she's gonna win this match. I said from the beginning, I think she was put in this match so that Rhea doesn't take the pin because I think Rhea's turning heel.
I think Rhea is
And
turning
you
heel as
don't
well.
want to give this brand new big heel in the women's division a pinfall loss after she just became the big heel. And Bianca was going to win the title.
Then have Bianca lose. I feel like Io. It seems to me like it makes really good booking for Io to win.
I agree.
And even if she loses, I think we're also giving her WrestleMania moment. I mean, she's been in WrestleManias before. Last year, she was the champion going in against Bayley. After she won the title, she did that interview backstage where she said her family will be at WrestleMania. So I feel like
That's great.
right. So there's that. But who knows? Anything could happen. I really think. I think she wins. I think she has to. I think it's going to be great.
I really hope she does.
Yeah.
But also, that match with Bayley last year was a banger.
Yeah.
And Bianca and Rhea, I would argue, are better workers than Bayley. So not only are you giving her
Bianca and Rhea
are better workers than Bayley.
No. Hard disagree.
I don't know. I think they are.
Think
Then
about.
that's not shade at Bayley. That's just how good Rhea and Bianca are.
I guess. Here's kind of how I look at it, right? Like, Rhea and Bianca are really, really good. And they've gotten so much better throughout the years, but I feel like Bayley can elevate people. She can. I really feel like she can have a pretty good match with anybody.
Yeah,
I agree. I don't think
and we talked about how Rhea and Liv, some of their matches were a little.
Yeah.
So if Rhea is that good, why didn't she bring Liv up to her level?
I mean, there are some people that you just don't have in-ring chemistry with.
Sure.
You say Bayley elevates people, but you look at those Bayley-Nia matches, and they weren't very good.
I thought the Bayley Nia matches were all right.
The one wasn't good.
SummerSlam wasn't really good either.
Okay, well, that's like your opinion, man.
I don't know. But no, I'm very excited for this match. It's going to be really good. I don't know which one main events. Which triple threat is the main event night one? Because it's not Gunther Jay. I think Gunther Jay has kind of jumped the shark.
I don't think so.
I think that's the first match, and I think Jey Uso has to win it.
Oh yeah. If Jay doesn't win this match, then I think
Then
the ship has sailed.
It's all for naught. Yeah, exactly, 100%.
Which that segment, speaking of Gunther Jay, that segment on SmackDown last night where Gunther went and talked to Jimmy,
that was such a good
segment. Good. That is like it. The content of the segment itself was like basic. You need to tell your brother to back off. My brother's gonna beat you. But we've needed something that's not Gunther beats up Alpha Academy and then Jay saves the day, or Jay fights A-Town Down Under, then Gunther attacks him. That level of Gunther talking to Jimmy and like actually trying to get like the people around Jay to sort of back him off, that is good content. That's good like storytelling of, hey, I am going to beat him. You guys need to save him from me.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, Gunther's like the best the best like heel right now though.
He's so good.
He's
dude.
so
He
good.
is so good.
But
He's-
I
he's
have
so good.
I have a thought actually for long term with something we can do with Jey Uso. So, but first we need to talk about Cody Rhodes and John Cena. So,
There's not much to talk about. We haven't seen Cena.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ironically,
And
So-
Cody don't even really want to talk if Cena's
So
not there. it seems
he
like.
will be on Raw, with Cody there.
Mhm.
So they'll be in the same building. I'm assuming John Cena will have new music, new presentation, the whole thing.
I hope so.
Well, he had
Yeah.
music made when he was facing The Rock.
Yeah, in 2012
Yeah.
he was supposed to turn heel, and
Yeah.
then Vince was like, "No, man." That
Right,
doesn't
but he
work
went
for
and
me."
had new gear, new music, the whole thing made.
He had a whole
So-
new like slogan. It was like "Fear my name."
So here's the opportunity, right? But I mean, first off, Cody Rhodes coming out on Raw with that massive black eye,
Yeah, dude, it was worse on SmackDown.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Travis Scott needs to. I fear for that man's safety.
Travis's or Cody's?
No, Travis Scott. Someone is going to catch that man, whether it be a fan or probably Bubba Ray Dudley.
Listen, I don't think so. I mean, it might be a fan, in which case they'll probably be aptly arrested. But now wrestling isn't like how it used to be.
Yeah, but it's not the fact that you did what you did. It's the fact that you weren't supposed to and you just did it.
No, Dwayne told him to hit him.
Yeah, but you hit him in the ear when he was down and couldn't go anywhere.
He like
He
cupped his
couldn't.
hand.
There was
too,
no.
like-
There was no. If you're standing here and I slap you across the face, you can turn your body, you can turn your head to kind of roll into that. If you're face down, like you're on your stomach and half your face is down, and I smack you in the other half, there's no way for you to like, at least, shield yourself from that impact.
Yeah.
That's just a dirty thing to do to somebody.
Yeah.
And he clearly had no idea what he was doing because, like, John Cena's holding him down and he's, like, trying to pick him up. And, like, what the hell are you?
Yeah.
So, like, clearly had no idea what he was doing. And then just to,
Right.
like, hit the dude and then the camera not even see it because they didn't know that was going to happen. It's just so stupid.
Yeah. I mean, that whole thing was kind of thrown together. Not necessarily like thrown together like last minute. Just a lot went wrong. And you know what it proves? That Travis Scott had no reason to be there.
I stand by my statement that Travis Scott's his real talent is marketing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's a good rapper. I don't think he's good at anything but marketing.
I seen a meme that was like if TKO owned WWE when they did the Hogan heel turn, they would have had Fred Durst on stage with them.
Actually, WWE hates Fred Durst. That's kind of perfect. They hate Limp Bizkit so much that when they performed at WrestleMania, they were announced as a joke as WWE's favorite band.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, Vince hated them.
Then why were they so like involved with everything?
Because they were Undertaker's theme song.
Rolling.
I knew that.
Well, I mean, it seems like you forgot or something.
Well, no, I knew
'cause-
that they did Undertaker's theme song, but it's
Yeah.
like they had Limp Bizkit on a lot.
Yeah, 'cause the Undertaker was like, "Hey, can we get Fred Durst and his goons over here?"
Okay, so
And then they were like, "You can't say no to the Undertaker, but I hate that guy." At least that's how I feel. That's what I think happened.
Mm.
That's my interpretation of the truth.
Okay.
It may not be the truth, but So, what else happened on Raw?
I'm trying to think.
It opened with a Jey Uso versus Grayson Waller.
Yes.
That was
weird.
a weird opener for sure.
Why?
I don't like. I think it would have been better if they opened the show with like the Logan Paul segment at least or something. Like, it was just a weird opener. It didn't really hit. It didn't really.
I mean, I think the point was to watch him overcome everything, and then Gunther jumps him. After
No,
he's
I
like
get what
finally
I get what the
yeah,
point was.
but-
I don't think it was right as an opener. It was a fine segment. It was just kind of like
Yeah.
the match itself was already like boring from the start. It wasn't a mid match. It was just
Sure.
It felt like it should have been more like middle of the show,
yeah.
Yeah, could have been.
It was a fine
Um,
segment though.
especially because that Logan Paul segment was great. Andrew Schultz is
Yeah,
hilarious.
Andrew
Not-
Schultz is
not
Andrew
for
hilarious.
Logan
Schultz part-
Paul.
Yeah, the
Andrew Schultz
part.
made that segment great.
Andrew Schultz is great.
Yep.
Logan, nobody's here to see you.
Andrew Schultz is the man.
Somebody posted online a picture of Andrew Schultz next to Simon Gotch, and I can't unsee it.
Yeah. No, please no.
It's so funny.
They look like they're brothers or something. So we had. Was it weird Penta wasn't on Raw? It's just me.
No,
I didn't even-
didn't he scrap with Kaiser?
No.
No, not
That was
this
2
week.
weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. He
Hmm.
was on main event.
Oh,
We didn't even get like a promo, like a backstage segment of him,
No.
did we? No.
I
So-
mean, they're gonna have a street fight next week.
Sure. So it was just weird that like I was like, well, Penta's not here. What's going on? But he still wrestled on main event.
Oh yeah.
He still wrestled the same day, just the opening match at Madison Square Garden.
Hey, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I don't.
That would have been a crazy pop in MSG too for him.
That'd have been great.
Yeah.
And while we're on the topic, looks like Phoenix is going to SmackDown.
Yeah, I saw. Well, is he though?
They played that vignette on SmackDown.
Okay, but Gunther was on SmackDown.
We do this every week with the brand
Like-
splits.
That's true.
Cody Rhodes was on
But
Raw.
I mean, like,
I think
they
leading up-
weren't playing Penta vignettes on SmackDown. They were playing them on Raw.
No,
They weren't playing Motor City Machine Gun vignettes on Raw. They were playing them on SmackDown.
Sure,
Like,
I get you. I just don't know if it'll matter in the long run.
maybe not, especially because there have been reports, which obviously can be lies, that they want to pair them up as the Lucha Brothers.
Sure,
So-
and I think they will at some point, because especially considering if you think that Penta is having kind of like that three-way feud with Kaiser and Pete Dunne, there's a perfect opportunity to drop a Ray
Yeah.
Phoenix in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would much rather them be separate, I think. You let Phoenix be in that U.S. title scene
Sure.
on SmackDown, because I think that'd be really... Dude, Phoenix versus Nakamura, if Nakamura decides to, like, put his working boots on. Oh.
I think we're past the point of Nakamura like actually trying.
Because you've
Yeah.
not seen a whole lot of Phoenix, have you?
I have not.
Dude.
He's like
he's
the second
so
coming of Rey
good.
Mysterio.
He's, like... Penta's really
Like,
good.
I've seen Penta stuff before WWE, but I have not seen Phoenix stuff.
Penta's really good, but like his greatness while in ring also comes a lot from like character and like his gimmick and stuff like that. Phoenix is just straight work rate. Like,
Okay.
there's a match in AEW, like the early days of AEW, where it was Kenny versus Orange Cassidy versus Phoenix, and he's like, Phoenix took a knee to the face, kipped up, and hit a super kick in one fluid movement.
Damn. Okay.
It was clean. So good. Also, just go watch Lucha Underground. Phoenix is like the main character for half of a season. It's great.
Yeah, I'd rather watch that than AEW at the moment.
Well, yeah, at the moment. Early days AEW was good.
Yeah.
I think it could be cool bringing them together as like the Lucha Bros over on Raw though, because that tag team division
Well,
is just
at some point you could, right?
Yeah.
And well, I mean,
yeah,
this-
the Raw
this
tag
dude-
division needs it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say the SmackDown tag division is crazy right now.
yeah, they don't need it. Oh,
Lucha Bros versus DIY. Lucha Bros versus the Machine Guns. Oh, that's going to be so good if it ever happens.
Yeah, I want him to face Pretty Deadly. Yes, boy. Pretty Deadly are hilarious.
I love Pretty Deadly.
I like them a lot. They're so stupid. And that's why they will win the tag team titles at
Oh,
WrestleMania.
they're going.
Gonna be
They're
so
going
good.
to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
they're
cheer
gonna
so
do
hard.
it.
Yeah, like Iconics won it at WrestleMania.
And see, my first thought was it's just a repeat of Awesome Truth from last year.
No. Stop it with your
I
negativity.
rewatched that ladder match. I started rewatching WrestleMania 40. That ladder match is actually kind of crazy. Some of the bumps that these guys take for no reason.
Where have you been?
No, like
Welcome back.
I'm rewatching it. Like I don't remember a whole lot. There's a lot that
You
happened.
should
At
watch that
WrestleMania
women's
40.
Money in the Bank match from last year too. That was pretty crazy.
Well, no, like I've watched it all. Just going back and rewatching it like a year later and like seeing some stuff that I like kind of had forgot that had happened.
Mhm.
It's just like, oh, I don't remember the
It's-
fact that
I think we focus. You know, they always talk about like moments in
Mhm.
wrestling, and it's like it's not about the matches; it's about the moments, and there's something to that because we all remember that crazy main event. We remember Cody Rhodes winning the world title,
Yeah.
The Undertaker choke slamming The Rock, and and Seth Rollins coming down as the Shield.
And everybody thinking it was Ambrose.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But like we all remember like those moments, right?
Mhm.
And then you go back and you go, wait, what else happened on this? Oh, Jesus! Like the card was stacked.
Yeah.
So
there,
good.
there was a moment in that tag match, and it's actually the main reason I brought it up, where New Catch Republic, which I miss Tyler Bate after watching that tag match, where they both did just the most like beautiful moonsaults off of a ladder that you can probably do at the same time. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, good Lord. That
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the undercard for WWE doesn't get enough credit,
No.
I feel, for how good they all really are.
Like,
And that's why I think this whole tag team thing, this tag team division on SmackDown is really dope. I know they're like hot shotting like tag titles everywhere, but I think it's to build to like this story because they're like, you say we don't have tag teams. Do you see this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Do you see the Motor City Machine Guns, DIY? Like there's so many good Street Profits. Oh,
That's how like
killing it.
DIY said that SmackDown's got the best tag team division in like all of professional wrestling on this past week. Like I can
there
Ooh.
might be something to that.
there,
Like,
yeah. DIY, Motor
machine
City
guns,
Machine Guns,
Street Profits, Pretty
Profits,
Deadly,
Pretty
Los
Deadly.
Garza.
the Los Garzas. Who else is on SmackDown? I mean, technically God once Tongaloa gets
Really?
healthy.
Is A-Town down under still on
No,
SmackDown?
they're
they
on
moved to
Raw.
Raw.
No,
That's
they
right.
moved
That's
to
right.
Raw.
Yeah, yeah.
Technically GOD's on SmackDown.
Yeah,
Um,
that's Gorillas of Destiny for those who are on. The
I know.
Okay, I
know.
didn't know if you
I knew
knew.
that. Yeah, I knew that.
I didn't know.
Just deadpans at me.
I didn't know if you knew, so I wanted to make sure.
I thought it was the off-brand like POD band that did Rey Mysterio's theme song. Like the cover band.
who else is on SmackDown? Tag team? Is it just the 6 tag teams? Because even if it's just those 6 tag teams,
If it is just 6 tag teams, they're still freaking killing it.
Yeah.
Let's check.
6 tag teams and 5 of them are in one story.
And that's only because one is injured.
Yeah.
But you
Do
could
you-
even still do like the bloodline or whatever they're called as a tag team. Tama and Jacob, or I mean,
Trying to do solo
At
with
this
Jacob
point,
as the tag team
solo,
would
yeah.
be interesting for that dynamic.
let's see.
It really feels like Jacob's taken over like the main role in that.
I mean,
Like,
he
he's
definitely
the like.
That's-
Solo's like the talker. Like he's
I-
hyping up Jacob and
I
like
think Solo. No, Jacob's not the Jacob guitar.
Jacob's the talker.
I think we're building to a Jacob versus Solo match,
I do too.
yeah.
and I think the whole reason that Solo is hyping up Jacob so that when he fails, he can be like, "That's why you're not." You know.
Mhm. It was really weird last night seeing Solo do Jacob's like Fatu thing. I was like, aren't you supposed to be the leader, dog? Like,
I mean, he's just doing what The Rock would say: "Know your role and shut your mouth." You
Yeah.
know, maybe he just knows.
I
He's
mean,
like,
I wouldn't want to step on Jacob's promo. Like, kill you in real life.
I mean, I don't know. Let's see. SmackDown roster. Yep.
So
Yep.
DIY,
Yep.
Motor City, Street Profits, Pretty
Hey
Deadly,
man,
Los
it's not by
Garzas.
tag teams; it's by people.
I'm
Individuals.
aware,
I mean, you could technically say Carmelo and The Miz, but I don't think we're there
I think
yet.
I really think that was a one-time thing. I really
Oh.
do.
Oh, what about you have the Wyatt Six?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who would be like the tag team representatives
Isn't
from
it
that? Would
Dexter
it be
Lumis and
Joe
Loomis
Gacy?
and Gacy?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I would.
But you could also throw Rowan in there whenever.
Yeah, if it were me, I would have Loomis and Rowan be the tag team and have Gacy be the singles guy.
Yeah,
Like, how much of Gacy did you see in
I have
NXT?
not seen. A
Okay.
lot.
crazy.
I'll find the show. There is a hardcore steel cage match between Joe Gacy and Dijak that is
Okay.
amazing.
Those are all of our
Okay.
tag teams.
So
there's
7.
7 tag teams.
Yeah, and they're killing it.
They're
Right?
They are.
killing it.
Killing it.
I mean, Raw's starting to get there because like the Viking Raiders are
War Raiders.
the War Raiders. Sorry.
Yeah, how dare you?
The Creed brothers are standing out. You have A-Town Down Under. You have Alpha Academy.
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
Uh,
There's got to be more than just those 5 teams.
Hold on. Let's see. Raw.
Did you say Alpha Academy?
So
I
Alpha
did.
Academy. A-Town Down Under. The Creeds. The Judgment Day. So Carlito and You have the LWO.
The
LWO, yeah. New Day.
New Day. I forgot about the New
And
Day.
there's actually 2 tag teams in LWO. There's Cruz del Toro and
Yeah.
Joaquin.
and then there's
Hat
Dragon
guy,
Lee
no
Ray
hat guy.
You could do. Yeah, that guy.
Hat guy, no hat guy.
And if JD McDonough comes back, you have the War Raiders. You have, the New Day.
I said the New Day.
I was focusing on trying to get
okay.
this for you.
Speaking
So
of
don't talk to me, okay?
speaking of JD McDonough, did you guys watch his CVV interview?
I have not, but I've seen it
did.
happen.
It's so good.
Yeah.
A lot of it goes into like his history with Finn.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I think a lot of people already knew a lot of his history with.
Mhm.
I think people knew there was history. I don't think a lot of people knew just how deep the history went. Like, so you hear a lot of JD's talked about it and Becky's talked about it that Finn opened the first wrestling school in Ireland.
Yeah.
But like JD specifically, his history with Finn goes back even deeper because I guess their grandmas were neighbors.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like Finn,
backyards like touched.
it's just really cool, and like also hearing him talk about that injury that happened and where he's at with that is like he's gonna come back as a babyface. He's going to get a babyface reaction when he gets.
And he
when
should.
gets back.
He
should.
deserves it.
He does deserve it.
100%. And that's why, if you do another tag team title match at Mania or something, you have him and Finn, face maybe like 6 as many other teams you could throw in a match, and win.
Yeah.
Because then you turn Finn as well, and then Dom, because you're not gonna turn Dom. And then you could have Dom and the rest of Judgment Day and whoever this new member is.
Judgment Day Civil War.
Yeah, Dom's the only person who has been able to turn heel while already being a heel, so I don't think he can be a babyface at this point.
Dude, honestly, he needs the Money in the Bank briefcase.
I was thinking that.
Because
I have thought that.
Because there's... Who else are you going to get that, oh my God, please no reaction from? Logan Paul? Maybe.
So here,
but like
we would be actually mad
in
if
a
Logan
weird
won
way.
it.
No one is as over as Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
hear me
in
out.
a
Hear me
negative
out.
way.
How are you going to get the most heat out of a Dom cash in? You let Jey Uso go on this massive world title run, and then Dom cashes in on Jey Uso.
And you know what? This is the perfect opportunity for me to bring up my idea for Jey Uso. So
Okay.
do we think heel John Cena wins the world title?
Ooh.
I don't know.
I
still
haven't
don't
thought
have a
about
decision.
Yeah,
Of this.
me neither.
I made up my mind.
I'm leaning yes right now.
I
I'm
think
leaning
he does.
I'm leaning no.
I think he does, and I'll tell you why. Because in Crown Jewel, we have champion versus champion coming up.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And if the champions are John Cena and Jey Uso.
Rematch of the Rumble final
Not
two.
only that, but like uber babyface, almost John Cena level babyface. John Cena. Probably the second or third most hated person at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have John Cena literally just destroy.
See, my thought process behind this is that Cena's likely going to... Not likely. I won't say likely.
Mhm.
I think Cena's going to lose, and it'll... Because The Rock's not going to stick around after WrestleMania. He never does. He'll show up like once or twice the rest of the year, but other than that, he's not going to be a main component.
Okay.
Cena loses, and we start the redemption arc of, if I'm going to win my 17th, I have to do it the right way like I did the rest of my titles.
Oh,
I
no.
can't sell my
No,
soul.
I don't want that.
Can't sell my soul.
I will boo that John Cena.
He'll
I
get
don't want that.
it'll be such a good moment for him to get 17 while he's heel. And
No. If you cannot become this immoral to get a world title and then just... I was just kidding. I didn't mean... Look, I'm not the one that hit you in the eye. And
Well,
broke
no,
your
it's not.
eardrum.
It's not just kidding. It's like, listen, I was desperate, and I was wrong,
No.
and I'm going to earn it back.
I think at that point you would jump the shark. That is a Big Show style turn where it's like, I was a heel 2 weeks ago because I was told to be, and now I'm like, nah. Like no. I think that's a step too far. I think in his last match, in December, he loses, and we have a moment where he's just him in the ring. Whoever he loses to, leaves him in the ring. He has his moment. The fans appreciate him. He leaves. heel, babyface, doesn't matter.
I'm so sad just thinking about that.
It's really not. It's really not.
See, and you can tell the generational difference between us and Tim.
I wasn't even a
'Cause-
Cena fan, and
Tim,
I'm still
Tim
sad
was
about it.
100% the guy in the crowd yelling Cena sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And we were,
No, actually, no. I was the smart person who didn't make a noise for him.
all right, Mark, anyway.
No, because that's the thing. Everyone yelling Cena sucks actually believes it, but the problem is they're still making noise for John Cena. Stop it.
And see, we were the little kids who grew up on, like, John Cena is
You
Superman.
were the Make-A-Wish children who are now very
Did you just call us
upset.
Make-A-Wish kids?
Yeah,
Oh.
you are.
Yeah, I'm going to surprise you. I meant to tell you, you both have terminal cancer. I'm so sorry.
Man.
John Cena will be in a second.
Traitor!
Did you see that news article that was like, John Cena surprises kids with terminal cancer? And I was like, you worded that poorly. And someone was like, yeah, John Cena's been a heel for a very long time.
I keep seeing, like, clips from, like, Total Divas and Total Bellas where it's like, y'all, if you knew John Cena from this show, he's been a heel for years.
Bro just wanted to keep his house clean, man.
For real.
How dare you cook in my kitchen? What is wrong with you?
No, she wasn't cleaning up fast enough. You know. Listen,
Wild.
listen. Latin women make messes when they cook. That's all. That's all he was trying to avoid. He's like, look, I know you, and I just want to make sure this is nice and spotless. I paid a good money for this house, and I just, don't want you to ruin it. And look he was right. Look at that. Yeah.
The weekly Nikki Bella trash.
Bro, where has she been? We
Shut
wasted
up,
a
Keep
number
her away.
No,
Shut
no,
up.
Please
we wasted a number 30 spot on somebody who was supposed to come back and like be important, and she hasn't been anywhere.
You know
like,
why?
why
You
did
know-
we
you
waste
know
number
why?
30
You know why?
on you?
You know why?
We could have brought Becky Lynch back
Do you know
instead.
why? Do you know why? Because Triple H actually likes us and appreciates us.
No, that's fine. Then why was she number 30? Like, we could have had Becky Lynch.
Maybe AJ Lee just said no.
She probably did. But, like, we could have had Becky Lynch.
She probably also just ain't ready to come back.
Yeah, maybe she said no. She doesn't have a contract right now. She can do what she wants.
Don't they got a baby too?
I don't believe she's not under contract.
She's not under contract, literally.
They have been using her in so much advertisement. There's no way she's not under contract.
Well, that's because they have her image and likeness they're allowed to use. The same way she's in WWE 2K25.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Because, like, Billy Gunn's a DLC and he's not under contract.
I'm pretty sure he's under contract with AEW.
He is
Yeah,
still under
he is,
contract
yeah.
with AEW. How did that happen?
Dude,
How did we make that happen?
Dude, New Jack is in the game. He's as a DLC
Yeah.
character.
Yeah. I cannot wait for some parent to have to look up who New
Did
Jack
you-
is.
Do you know how that happened?
Probably Heyman, right?
No. Nick Khan was a really big fan of New Jack and was like, we should put New Jack in the game. And the guys that made the game were like, what?
We can do that?
They're like, okay.
Yeah.
You
sure.
know, literally, Nick Khan was a big fan of New Jack.
That's wild.
Yeah, so I need like a mode where you can throw a dude off of, like,
Scaffolding?
off of scaffolding onto the turnbuckle and almost
Well,
kill
you
him.
can do that in the
Or-
backstage area. There's
Yeah.
like a big old
Yeah.
WrestleMania
Sure,
sign.
sure.
I was just watching somebody play through the My Rise, and they were fighting,
Or-
and Io Sky like ran at them, and they dodged, and she just went like face first off of the
Yeah.
giant WrestleMania
So
sign.
or you need
It's really fun.
or you need a bat and you need to beat an 80-year-old man almost to death, or stab a guy 13 times, or slit a dude's head open.
Well, you know, Billy Gunn is in the game, so
yeah. But yeah, no. Jeez, how did we get to the left field here?
we were
I think
talking about
we
Jey
left
Uso
off on
and
the-
Grayson
yeah.
Waller.
Okay.
yeah, I brought up Jey Uso versus John Cena at
Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel as a possible champion versus champion that I actually would like to see.
I could see that happening that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. But I don't think John Cena. I don't think he loses at Mania and then just,
No, it would be
About
so much
face.
better to have him win that 17th while he's a heel and everyone hates him. It's just such a better like story dynamic for that.
Yeah, and like I said, this is just John Cena getting to actually be John Cena for once.
I really like how a lot of people on screen are addressing the John Cena thing. Like Punk brought it up. Orton talked about it. Logan Paul was like, "Hey, Dwayne, my soul is for sale." Like,
Yeah.
I really like that this is affecting more than just Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
Well,
story.
how could it not?
No, like that's why I like it, because like, yeah, the biggest face in the
Yeah.
history of the company is turned his back on everybody.
Right.
And people are like, yo. Like, Kofi was like, hey, I told y'all Cena was like this. Like, we were right. He,
Yep.
Like, it's great that it's not just story exclusive. There is no Cody Rhodes vortex with this story. Everybody sees it.
Exactly. Did you guys see the interview I sent you of Chelsea Green?
No.
Did you send us an interview with Chelsea
It was on
Green?
Instagram. It was
Well, you
reel.
send us like
I
14
know.
million reels a day. Like, he
I
gets
know.
lost in the shuffle.
I
dog.
know because they're so awful and hilarious. And Corey texted me and goes, "How does your algorithm come up with this stuff?" And I was like, "Dog, I don't know." No, she did it. She was asked about like how she works with different people, and one of her things was she goes, "I've never understood why people feel they need to bury one another to get ahead of you."
Right.
She's like, I can say something really stupid and make fun of myself, but also like make you look good, but also look better out of the situation. And she's like, I don't understand why you have to like, go at somebody who is unprepared to say something. Go off the cuff and say something that they can't respond to or they won't respond to, just to get yourself over. She's like, we don't need to bury people. And I sent you that both, and I said, she's talking about John Cena. Because this is what he has done for so long. Yeah, go ahead and find it. Find it inside the 15 other reels you hadn't watched, jerks. I admit I have a problem.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6 back. That's not
so
as
weird.
bad as I thought it would be.
It's so weird. Your mic just got muted. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Put it up to the microphone if you're going to watch it.
It's not about stealing the
Go ahead, that's fine.
I don't have any signal in your house.
Oh.
but it is definitely about how can I make this my moment? In this moment, with these group of women, how can I make this about me without being selfish? Without being selfish.
That's insane because wrestlers are inherently by nature selfish.
But
John Cena.
I didn't grow up watching wrestling. So when I came into the business, I was like, damn, everyone's so narcissistic and only thinks about themselves in that moment. But I can say stuff that's entertaining, that's comedic, that people remember, but I don't need to bury you doing it. And that's what I don't understand. When heels go out there and they go into business for themselves and they off the script say something that they know damn well that babyface is not going to react well to. They're not going to have a comeback quickly enough, or they're going to look stunned, or we're making fun of their appearance and they can't change that. My big ass forehead, you know what I mean? We can't change that. I would rather make fun of myself. All the things people have said about me growing up or whatever, let me turn the joke on me. It's funny, and you can still make fun of me, but I already know. I'm already the butt of the joke, and I made myself the butt of the joke.
That's an amazing answer.
That's why Chelsea Green's good.
So, yeah, right.
She's so
That
good.
is why Chelsea Green is so good. Because she'll get everybody over, and no one looks stupid or looks foolish. One of the best examples of John Cena going into business for himself. Don't look at the other reels now. On this. Those are not PG, I promise you. But
I was laughing at one that Corey said.
Okay. Well, okay. So, but the thing is, one of the most famous examples of John Cena doing that was he did it to The Rock when The Rock had
the notes on his
Exactly.
wrist.
Yeah, I remember
exactly. He didn't have to do that. He shouldn't have done that, but he did to make The Rock look stupid. And at the time, I'll even level with you. I laughed so hard.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah, because The Rock was actually rattled, and I was like, "Ooh, you can't even get your catchphrases out anymore, can you, you idiot?"
The example of this. Now, granted, it wasn't. I don't think this can be a burial, but it's the first thing I thought of when you're like, "Oh yeah, somebody says something that the other guy can't respond to."
Yeah.
Was what when Punk I don't know if it first came back, but they were building Punk and Rollins and Punk and Drew and that three-way segment.
Sure.
And McIntyre was like, I was the chosen one. And Punk was like, Who chose you?
Who
chose you?
Bingo.
Yeah.
And McIntyre's just like, well,
You can't really
I
respond
can't
to that.
talk about
Yeah,
that.
you can't.
Bingo. See? Well, CM Punk also did it too, and he was one that's used to doing it as well. But with him, there's a little more leeway because you can say things to him you can't say to other people as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like with him, it's almost like a give and take, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm gonna say some awful things to you, but you can say awful things back to me. John Cena has the ability to say awful things to you, and then when you respond, still say more awful things about you that you still can't respond to. You know what I mean?
Speech. Every time he said that.
Every
it
time.
annoyed
Yeah,
me.
it's just immediately like, oh. Great.
No, so that promo that I worked really hard to get right, you just completely trashed it. Cool.
Yep.
Nice.
you just said that's great. I'm glad you got your paper right. You know, it's always so belittling with him.
But as a kid, he was picking on the bad guys. Like we didn't see them as people or wrestlers. They were good guys and bad
They
guys.
weren't people.
Well, no, they were good guys and bad guys. So
Yeah.
seeing the good guy stump the bad guy as
Right.
children,
But when
like,
when you look at it now and realize like that wasn't supposed to go that way so many different times, it's like, dude, you didn't have to do that. You were booked to be the top guy. No one was taking that from you. You didn't have to like make sure anytime someone got close or they booked someone against you, you just totally tore them apart for something they have no control over. You know what I mean?
I mean, like one of the first things that comes to mind is like Austin Theory.
Yeah,
Bro,
he
like-
always comes to mind.
Uh-huh.
You,
He always
like-
comes to mind when I talk about Cena.
Uh-huh.
You want to talk about burying? It doesn't matter whether or not you beat me, because Monday night you're still gonna come out to no reaction. Like,
Yeah.
dog, he didn't
Yeah.
deserve that.
And that's my point though. That's
And the
So-
thing
so-
is, like,
so-
Cena was right
and-
because
and-
now he's in a pointless tag team.
right.
all I
but
think about when I think about him
this
now.
is where it makes sense that John Cena turned heel, right? Because now John Cena gets to be the same person and tell you I haven't changed, you have. Right? He gets to do the same thing he's been
You
doing.
people.
Kind of, yeah. You know, there's always a little ounce of truth in everything a heel says, because there has to be, right? You know, if I would have eviscerated, someone you didn't like on this microphone, you'd have been happy about it.
Yeah. I'm sad for cameraman Stu. He's losing his best friend.
I don't think so. I think he's paid well, and I think he's doing well.
So with the Cena heel turn, are you still against 17?
I still don't want him to win 17, but I think, and this is where you have to separate, what I want versus what I think happens, right? But I don't think it makes sense for him to win a 17 title as a face, right? Because it didn't. It made no sense. Him as a heel, it's more interesting because
It
now
is a
it's like,
lot more
what can we do
interesting, yeah.
here? There's a lot more wiggle room.
Newfound territory over
Exactly. Because he hasn't been a face, or he hasn't been a heel in 20
21
years or
years.
something.
Since
Yeah.
2004.
I mean, it's kind of wild. So, actually, I preferred it more like that.
Hey,
It's way more entertaining.
there are people who are like, man, I can't wait to see the Doctor of Thugonomics
No,
back.
I don't wanna
You
see that.
can't
No.
bring the Doctor of
Nah.
Thugonomics back, dude. The stuff he was saying as in that character would be like canceled
I'm
instantly.
pretty sure he called someone a transvestite.
There was a Japanese lady who had her face painted.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he was
I
like,
remember.
I don't do
Yep.
face paint, but I can still, and I'm not going to.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
You know. And I was like,
That's-
oh,
Pretty sure that's
okay
not
there,
even
John.
PG. Yep.
He had a shirt as the Doctor when he was U.S. champion, and it was Ruck Fools.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
You know
I
what's-
see what you did
You know what's
there.
funny about that shirt? They had a hat that said the same thing, and WWE would blur the hat out, even though they didn't have to, just so people would go,
Does the hat say
"What
the
is that
word?
hat?" Yeah, and then it like shot through the roof in sales.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, let's not forget his attitude adjustment used to be called the FU,
Yeah.
despite Brock Lesnar. like
And the STF was the STFU,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is really funny because they got rid of the U, which wasn't the swear word in STFU.
well, STF was the actual move. They just added a
Oh,
U to
I
it.
thought that was just like
No, I forget what it stands for, but it's like something toe something. So it's actually that's the name of the move is STF. But I see your point.
Yeah, I was like, that's not the bad word in STFU WWE.
Yeah. I think you're missing the point. No, no. I think so, like back to your question. I think John Cena does win a 17th World Championship. And I think this is the only way it really makes sense. You know.
Do you think he stays heel until like December? Because that when you were talking
He's
earlier,
not
No,
retiring as a heel.
I think he does through the Jey Uso match that in my brain is penciled in.
yeah.
For Crown Jewel, but I think something happens, and maybe like him and Cody have to get on the same page for a War Games match.
Mm-hmm. I would love it if R-Truth had something to do with him coming back to light.
No, I want him to eviscerate R-Truth.
He-
I want him to
he
kill
should-
him.
he should
I want him
eviscerate
to
him.
absolutely murder
on
R-Truth.
Raw, when John Cena and Cody Rhodes face off. R-Truth needs to come out and be serious. Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, and then John Cena needs to just destroy him.
Yeah.
Like, put his head by the stair between the stairs and the thing, and just run and just kick the hell out of that thing.
Don't have Cody out there. Just like have Cena out there for the promo and have R-Truth.
Yeah. Have R-Truth
don't let
intervene.
Cody be there because Cody will then have to save R-Truth, and it'll lead to a Cena-Cody brawl. Don't have Cody there. Just have Cena out
They're
there.
both going to be in there.
I understand that.
We already know that.
But like,
Have Cody come out to save R-Truth type.
maybe, or Cody gets taken out or something. I don't want Cody and John Cena to interact one-on-one yet.
It's too late. It's happening.
Well, I know. Yeah, but like, I want to see Cena as Cena before he's Cena as Cody versus Cena. I want to know what this character looks like because we've seen Cody come out 3 times now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let Cena come out as himself first, and then we can interact with Cody.
It's not going to happen.
I
though.
know.
Cody's going to come out and call out John. Hey, there we go. John Cena can be backstage and be like, no, thanks. And then that's when Truth can intervene and be like, hey. And then he can just
beat him up backstage.
run him over with a car or something, or cut his head off. Or
I was just thinking an AA through a table backstage, man.
I mean, no, it's got to be way more
Well,
violent.
yeah, but
It's got to be way more violent. Plus, dude, like, I mean,
Truth's almost 60. Like, how much do you want to do to him? Like,
Paul Heyman can go through a table. R-Truth can do a lot of crazy stuff.
for real. R-Truth's in really good shape. Black don't crack.
Do like an AA on like the car outside, somewhere like a Braun Strowman, Bronson
I
Reed
mean,
type thing.
he's laying there like Jade Cargill.
he's gonna be okay.
There's somehow white hair behind him.
Remember how Braun Breaker got rid of Ricochet?
Yeah.
Hit him with a thing and he flopped all the way. That's what he needs to do.
Hit him so
Head
hard.
first and
murdered
flop
Ricochet.
all the way to your back to the floor. Yeah,
Good
it's cement.
Lord.
Yeah, that's what we need. So we also have this continued story going on with Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman, and I'm not sure I care.
Yeah.
I
Barcelona really loved Braun Strowman.
Yeah, of course.
international crowds love the big men. Like, it's wild how much like big guys are over with international crowds. You look at Braun Strowman in Barcelona, but also like another example, whenever AEW goes to Europe or whatever, Big Bill, who used to be like Big Cass, is like the most popular guy there. It's really weird. But for
That's because they don't understand the Jericho vortex yet.
But big guys tend to get over internationally. Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
I kind of hope next week ends it. Like, I have a feeling we're going towards a multi-man U.S. title match at Mania.
Well, I thought he had killed him, and then all of a sudden, like he
appears
appeared
in
on
the
Raw,
Rumble.
and you're like,
No,
wait
no.
a minute.
He was in the Rumble the week after that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That still irked
But
me.
like, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I thought you were dead.
like we talked, we were like, okay, well that keeps Strowman out of the Rumble.
By
That's
the
another
way,
spot.
just a random idea, random thought here. Who has the prettier moonsault? Is it Jacob Fatu or is it Tiffany Stratton?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because it's the same move.
And what's even crazier is that Tiffany has to hit an extra rope to do it. Jacob only does 2 ropes.
yeah.
Tiffany does all 3. So like, how is he bigger than you and you need more spring?
Because she's shorter and the ropes are taller for her.
Fair. But
Jacob
nonetheless,
Tiffany.
I don't know the answer to that question. Like, I really don't. And I'm
I just think it's funny. I hope in WWE 2K25 it's literally the same move.
it might be.
I think it is, yeah.
No, I know it's not. There's 2 different versions of it. I promise you. And you know why I say that? Because one is called the prettiest moonsault ever. And I can't see
Oh,
Jacob Fatu
yeah,
with the
that's
prettiest
fair.
moonsault ever.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's going to be like the Fatu moonsault or something.
It might just be BME. You
Yeah.
might just give it to Christopher Daniels, like,
Sure.
which is weird because he's not there either. These 2K games are weird, dude.
Yeah.
I was going through looking at the overalls. Why the heck are the authors of Pain like the
In
second
80s,
highest
they're
overall
they're
tag
higher
team?
than they're higher than like
They're
Street
higher than the
Profits.
Street Profits. They're higher than DIY.
What is their overalls?
Like
They're
80.
80s. And like the Street Profits, the Machine Guns.
They're both 80?
Yeah. The DIY, they're all sub 80.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know why. Like,
2K25 is weird. They also have like all the DX entrance stuff, but they don't have the Jumbotron. So like you'll do the DX motion, and you know how like the Jumbotron will like start doing all the. It doesn't do that. You just get whatever random Jumbotron you have to pick instead, as like the overlay when they're doing their entrance. It's so weird.
Huh.
I was going through like my GM and like there's stuff like the New Day are listed as heels, but Kevin Owens was a face, even though Kevin Owens turned heel like 3 months before the New Day did. Jakara Jackson's a baby face, but Lash Legend's a heel. Like
That on track.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was going through and I was like fixing it all because I
I
the
spent like a
default
good
one-
half hour editing the roster.
You're
I was
like,
like,
no,
that's
no.
not right.
Like Otis isn't a bruiser, or not Otis. Who is it? There's always so
Bronson
many.
Reed.
Bronson Reed's a bruiser instead of a giant in the game, and like, what is going on here? They
And,
don't even
like,
know their own people.
Oba Femi, Trick Williams, and Roxanne Perez are like 31 overalls, but
What?
Ashanti,
Popularity.
oh, yeah,
31?
popularity, my bad.
Oh.
31 popularity, but Stax and
Ashanti the Adonis
are like
bro.
62 popularity.
Yes.
I was like, what is happening right now? How much did these people pay you to like rig the game for them?
I think it was probably a balancing measure.
I think they put in like the main character peoples as like, okay, yeah, they gotta be high, and then they just hit random for the rest of it.
That could
But
be true.
Roxanne being 30 is a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obafemi being 30 is a joke. That's
Trick Williams being 30
Yeah,
is a joke.
that's-
Eddie Thorpe was a babyface. When was the last time Eddie Thorpe was a babyface?
Yeah, so anyway, they weren't paying attention to NXT
No,
like
they
most people.
weren't. Hey, bro,
And-
don't hate on NXT.
Well, speaking of NXT, this week on NXT we had a kind of a big
it was Roadblock.
yeah, it was a big match. The main event saw Stephanie Vaquer defeat Julia to become champ.
Dual champ.
Thoughts?
Is she gonna wrestle 2 matches at Stand and Deliver?
I hope so. I don't want to like. I don't want the United States or the North American title anymore. I don't want her to do that.
I don't think that's how they'll do it. Sean's smarter than that.
That'll like really diminish that title if they do
Because
something
that's
like
what
that.
Keith Lee did, and we were like,
Yeah.
"What the heck?" I think what'll happen is she'll end up in a feud with somebody for the main title,
Mm-hmm.
and then there'll be like a number 1 contenders match for the North American title. And at the start of Stand and Deliver, I think Stephanie's going to open and close Stand and Deliver. And I think in the opening match it'll be for the North American title. Whoever she's feuding with in the main event
Yeah.
will cost her that match, and then the other person will win.
The only thing that's unfortunate about that is that means she would have the NXT championship for like a moment.
No, I think she keeps the main title
you
and
think she
loses
said-
the North American.
Oh, I see. Oh, you saying? Oh, so
Her
I-
main
in my
title
head-
rival is going to
in
cost
my head
her
I
the
thought it
North
was
American.
you had it flipped. Okay, I see. That makes more sense to me.
I think that's what'll happen. I think Lola Vice needs to be the one to take the North American title off of her. They've been teasing kind of a Lola Vice versus Stephanie thing in like segments or whatever. Like Stephanie will be walking through the parking lot and Lola will be like side eyeing.
It's like a
Mhm.
Latina like
Yeah.
war.
I think that's where they're gonna go. I also think the main event should be Stephanie Vaquer versus Jordan Grace.
I don't hate that at all.
I was gonna say that.
Honestly,
yeah.
I would give it to Jordan Grace and let's call Stephanie up. But I know she probably I know when she's been talked about or when she's talked in interviews about it, she still wants to work more on her English
Mm-hmm.
things because her in ring work doesn't really need much work.
Heck,
She's-
make it a triple threat
very
and throw
good.
Roxanne in there too.
Oh my god.
Because Roxanne and Jordan Grace are feuding right
She
now,
just-
so it makes sense.
Yeah, okay, I get it, but like
She's not getting called up before Mania.
you can't help yourself.
No, I can't, but it's fine. Like, she's not getting called up before Mania. So if we're gonna throw Jordan Grace in there for the title picture, throw the person that she's feuding with in there
the
too.
only problem I have with that is if Jordan Grace is getting called up and Roxanne Perez are getting called up. Like, there's
think-
immediately no feud.
Yeah, I mean, you've got some people that are getting built up. Jada Parker could be a fun title feud for Stephanie.
Sure. Jada Parker eventually needs to win like a title though.
Kalani Jordan's new heel character is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. I didn't watch NXT this week, so it's not like
That's okay.
top of mind. Well, I did. I just fell asleep because I was tired. It was a long day at work that day. I'm trying to think of other women in NXT.
And no one's helping you. That's the
I didn't watch NXT this week.
We're all just like, yeah,
I'm assuming you're looking up the roster.
I might be.
Um,
You don't know what I'm doing?
Well, you typed in 3 letters.
You
pretty
shut your
aggressively.
face.
You're click, click, click. I was like, all right, that's an NXT. So Julia's hurt. I mean, Cora Jade
Yeah.
is always kind of in that like main event picture. If you want to make Lash Legends a singles person, but I don't think Jakara Jackson can survive without Lash Legend, unfortunately.
It seems like they're probably going to keep Zarya and Sol Ruka together for a little while.
Zarya and Sol Ruka, dude. When eventually Zarya turns heel on Sol Ruka, that match is gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who thinks Cora Jade is a little overrated?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Her character work is more interesting than her in-ring work.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that probably nails it.
And it's not 100% her fault. She's torn her ACL like 7 times. Like,
Yeah, she doesn't have an ACL anymore.
she needs a new finisher for sure.
I think the big question for if say we have that triple threat match, right? If you want to call up Roxanne and you want to call up Jordan Grace, and I think the only way that makes any sense is if Julia can get cleared by then, and we can run it back for like real.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked, I think, before we even started recording about like what is wrong with Julia.
Yeah.
And there's something wrong clearly, but
Yeah.
like she was able to still do a match, and it
It was
wasn't.
a good match.
It was. I think they're capable of better, but it wasn't a bad match at all, right? And it still makes me question
What's going on.
Because if it's something that like can only you just really need to rest for like a couple weeks, fine. You can have that triple threat and then run it back with Julia. But if not, then I think we really need to be careful about calling up 2 people out of the main event spot. Even though I would argue the women's roster in NXT is much more stacked than the guys.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And the guys are going to be losing a few people here soon. Like,
Oh, you think so?
Trick Williams has got to be called up.
As long as we call them up with a purpose.
Yeah.
I really don't want to call people up if there's not a plan for them.
Ethan Page is probably going to get called up here
Yeah.
soon.
Yep, 100%.
Fraxium will likely be getting called up.
I hope not.
Really?
I don't want. Not yet. Not yet.
You don't think they're
If you're
coming
gonna
up
put them
after
on
Stand
Raw,
and
there's
Deliver?
no one. There's not many teams for them to actually face.
Dude, let them work the Raiders.
Okay, right. And then what?
Almost every tag
And-
team on Raw except for like the LWO and the Judgment Day are bigger guys that they can work
Sure.
off of.
Sure.
And those two can pull a good match out of anybody.
I don't know. Between that and I don't know.
Or
I
send
don't know how
them
I
to
feel about it.
SmackDown.
Don't send them to SmackDown
Send them to SmackDown,
No.
and you get amazing matches, dude.
unless you're gonna pull someone from SmackDown and move them to Raw.
Yeah.
And which team would you move? And why would it be the Motor City Machine Guns so they can face War Raiders?
Oh, I was gonna say the Garzas.
No, because you don't want them to face LWO.
I say he just wants
Yeah.
LWO.
No,
front.
that's why I stopped myself from saying the
Yeah.
Garzas. But like, you send the Profits who just won the titles. Like,
You can't send the champs over.
well, I mean, they're not gonna be the champs after Mania, so
You
it's
don't know
fine.
that. You don't know that. You don't know anything.
That's true. I think Pretty Deadly's winning the titles at Mania if they don't win it next week.
I really would love that. Imagine the giant-sized disco ball that's like the ring size. And the whole night you can still see it because you know it's still there.
An entire stadium yelling. Yes,
I love it.
I don't know. Or you just put them on SmackDown, and now you have a 7th team instead of 6.
When are we bringing up the family?
We're not.
We are. We totally are.
I don't think that
One-
gimmick works on the main roster. I
What-
really don't.
What doesn't work about it?
It's too gimmicky. It's too campy. It feels. It is. I think the family gimmick is the only thing left over from 2.0, like gimmick wise. Remember when 2.0 happened and everything was like.
What is
hyper-
campy about it?
What do you mean? What's campy about it? It's campy.
Explain. If you have a point, explain it.
Nervous drink of water.
The whole podcast. It just feels too goofy.
Okay.
Like-
just cut the goofiness.
Like when Tony beat Obafemi, I was not happy. I was like, "Why is this goofy mafia boss?"
My boss don't
beating-
got to be goofy on main
I
roster.
thought I was the only one that was happy.
I was so
I
mad.
was like, let's go.
Like Sean Spears won the title. I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. What are we doing now?" But it's just him beating Obafemi was like, "Really, this guy?" Like, yeah, he's an NXT guy. He's been around forever.
I wasn't
like,
offended about it.
I feel like there were better options.
All he's got to do is show up on Raw, right? And like not attack somebody, just have someone go missing for like a couple weeks.
Well, I mean,
That is someone that like accidentally like spilled coffee on his shoe or something. The stupidest little thing. And it doesn't have to be.
Has anybody seen Jason Jordan? Well, like it was either last year or the year before. Like they fired somebody from NXT and they wrote him off by having the D'Angelo family kill him. Like they put him in the trunk of a car and then sent the car into a river. Like,
yeah, that was a bit much.
Like that's like you can't do stuff like that on the main roster. People will be like, what is happening right now?
What do you mean?
That does not fit in the modern main roster. It doesn't.
We got Netflix now.
What do you
That level of like camp, like that's goofy.
They implied they killed someone, and that's goofy.
In the sense, like how they did it, yeah, that's goofy.
Okay. So The Rock slamming Cody Rhodes' head into a bus.
That's not goofy.
Wait, hold on. Where Cody Rhodes literally has to run at the bus full force constantly is not campy. But a man getting thrown in the back seat of the trunk of a car and put into like a lake is campy. That's more Netflix than anything I've seen on Netflix.
The way that they did it, yes, was
the
campy.
Stan music video is a
that's
comedy
a scene
to
out
him.
of Breaking Bad, my dude. How is that campy?
Stan music video is a comedy to him.
Yeah.
The way that they did the segment was campy and goofy. Talk about he's sleeping with the fishes. Like, bro, he's a Godfather ripoff.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, okay, but here's my only thought, right? Switch it from that to a Kingpin ripoff.
That's cool. That's fine. You do that, but that's not an Italian mob. That's not the family.
It doesn't have to. This is my point.
His current gimmick as an Italian mobster would not work. If you change his gimmick or alter it,
totally
it could
work.
be made to work.
It would totally
yes.
work. You just don't have to. Anything that you think is campy, just stop doing that.
That's what I'm saying. If you get rid of the campy stuff, then fine, it'll fit. But right now, in its current
my
iteration,
initial question was, when do we bring up the family? And you said never, because that doesn't work on the main roster.
Their current iteration doesn't.
And now your argument is, well, if you just stop doing these things, maybe it will work on the main roster. Pick one, Ian.
Their current iteration does not work on the main roster.
It could, 100%.
If you change it,
The
therefore
Bloodline was a freaking mafia on every single show, but it doesn't work on the main roster. Are you hearing this?
I'm just
They were literally the mafia.
this version of the Italian mob family would not fit on Raw.
Is it because they're Italian? Is it because they're Italian? I'm starting to feel like you got something against Italians.
This is why I'm silent over here. He's judging my people.
I know, you're just
He's
so
judging
offended.
my people.
You're just so offended.
He's about
Don't say the wrong thing over here.
He's about to throw pasta at you.
I was just about to say, go make some spaghetti.
I got a fish tank over there. He can sleep with fishes, you know. Jesus. Jeez, when you're wrong, you're just wrong.
I think it would work.
I think it would
I-
be okay.
My point is,
You're just trying to get your cousins over, all right?
Yes, maybe I am. Okay, shut up.
first across the Atlantic, and now to the people. No, I think the thing is though, they're gonna come up, and I think their gimmick may be a little bit different, but I still think this whole like mob mentality, mob boss style thing can still work. I think it'll be interesting if we get him bumping into Roman Reigns. They both have done this style
The
thing.
two mob bosses.
Yeah, they both have kind of done this thing. So I think they're coming up soon.
So I guess
Or
like
been
my
later.
mindset behind this, and this might be where I catch myself up and stuff is this gimmick a world title gimmick? Do I see this person being world champion?
This is a stupid question.
Are you gonna ask it or
No.
let me
What
finish?
you just said was a stupid question.
That's my mindset. Why
Right.
there's stuff that I don't think works on the main
Okay,
roster.
can I ask you something?
Yeah.
R-Truth.
No, but he's comedy.
Okay.
But they take that's fine. That's why I'm saying like I catch myself up. But like if I'm calling somebody up from NXT is supposed to be building the future. These are supposed to be the world champions of the future.
No.
Not everyone's world gotta be
Not
world
everybody
champion.
can be a world champion. Not only that, but building the future of the WWE includes building the bottom, the middle, and the top. You know what I mean? It's all of it.
Yeah.
And really, it seems to me at this moment we're in a stage where it's not that they're building everyone to be a world champion. A lot of these people have the caliber to do it, right? But that doesn't mean everybody gets a shot. Sami Zayn, still not a world champion. Should be a world champion in the next year or two.
I think that Sammy might be the person to take it off Jay.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I like that.
I was thinking he could be the person to take it off John Cena, since when he debuted against John Cena for the US
I think
title.
he'll fight Cena, but I think that Sammy's the one who takes it off Jay.
If he beats John Cena, he needs to do it with the Blue Thunder Bomb, just because that doesn't beat
Sami
anybody.
Zayn won a match with the Blue Thunder Bomb.
I've only ever seen him beat AJ Styles with it.
He
Oh,
beat
no.
The Miz with it last week.
Did he? Oh,
But it was,
Oh, yeah,
it was
that's right.
after he hit him with the haluva kick.
okay.
So he haluva kicked him and then hit the Blue Thunder Bomb. And Cole was like, Sami Zayn won a match with the Blue Thunder Bomb. And everybody's like, well, yeah, he just haluva kicked him first.
Yeah,
Like,
but still, that's like the third time it's happened in like a decade.
it's the same thing like, nobody gets pinned off the Superman punch.
Yeah.
And yet Roman pins people after hitting it. Like, that there are just moves that don't win matches.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between having a sense of urgency and like understanding that wasn't enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
I think it's
nobody
like-
gets pinned after the first
What-
Crossroads anymore. Like,
The Miz did.
it was a joke because
Okay, 'cause, like
it was a joke.
in main event matches, yeah, you're right. No one loses to one finisher.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a finisher. It's more of a transition back
Which-
to another one.
That steel cage
I
is a
hate-
finisher fest.
I hate that. I wish finishers were more protected.
I
Like,
loved Baron Corbin, how he treated his.
There's only one person who ever kicked out of the end of days,
Mm-hmm.
and like I wish finishers
And
were
that's
more
what
protected.
that's what made it great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but like I remember listening to a Baron Corbin do an interview, and he was like, "Look, he would tell people, I don't want to kick out of your finisher, and I don't want you to kick out of mine." He's like,
Yeah.
you know, if you're getting me your finisher, that's the match. We're done.
It goes both
That's
ways.
the end.
Yeah.
I don't like false finishes. I don't, because he's like, I want you to respect the end of days, and I want to respect whatever it is you do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
I think that was Cena. He had that conversation with.
he had that conversation with a lot of people, apparently, and then like once it was like a known thing, he's just like, yeah, that's just how I operate.
All right, you're winning. Cool. I won't hit that move.
Nope,
Right.
exactly. I'll go to hit it. I'll reverse it. Whatever we're gonna do, I'm not gonna hit you with that move because I want to protect it, which is so smart.
Yeah.
Because when you saw it, you were like, "Oh crap!" And then when he did it to Becky Lynch, you're like, "Oh crap!" You know?
He got death threats for that.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Because he was such a good heel. It's crazy.
yeah. No, I just wish finishers were more protected, especially moves like the stomp and the GTS that are like
Because they're so
no,
violent.
Exactly.
Roman stomp was like really clean. Random thought. I don't care.
Actually,
Yeah.
I thought it was awful.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You
very-
thought so?
He brought his
Yeah.
leg all the way up and then went.
I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought.
I
Seth
wish
made
that.
it look real good, but
Well, it's because Seth's really good.
Yeah.
that's
it was probably
exactly
so,
right.
yeah.
But yeah, I just wish finishers were more protected nowadays. Like, what's a good example of it? Like the Claymore. A giant Scottish dude comes running at you and kicks you full force in the face.
Well, more people need to adopt Baron Corbin's philosophy on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hit you with this if you're gonna move, you know, because, and if anything else, it just makes your finisher mean something,
Exactly.
you know.
Like
but-
you look at
Like Gunther's power bomb is pretty decently well protected. I mean,
Yeah, but he
Axiom kicked out.
Yeah, but
because
he
of
would
the
hit you
helmet
with like
down,
two of them,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
back to back.
But like you look at back in, and it's very rare that I will say that they think they did things better in the past than they do now. You look at like Jake the Snake. If
DDT,
he-
and that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you and he know what the DDT is, I'm going to hook you and drop you head first into the
Yeah.
ground. You're not getting up from
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Cena got up from one of those onto like a concrete
Concrete
floor and
floor,
still
yeah.
beat two people.
But like
Because-
even like Hogan's leg drop was pretty protected.
Yep. Yes.
Like, and it's a leg drop.
Yeah. Well, the tombstone.
Yeah, like
I mean,
you know why it was such a big reaction when Shawn Michaels kicked out at WrestleMania 25? Because you don't kick out of the tombstone.
Yeah.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's the tombstone.
Exactly.
Like-
100%. You know, it's
Cross the arms. That's supposed to be the match.
Yep.
Yeah. And like, but on the flip side, you look at like Austin and Rock. How many times did they hit each other with stunners and rock bottoms? And
you know what they were smart with though. If you go back and watch a lot of their matches where they did a lot of that stuff, they never went for a pin. They would hit each other when like they were stunned, and they both would lay out. I just wait.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They wouldn't go for a pin because they're like, if I pin you, you have to lose, and we can't end this here.
Which, and it's like you look back at the Rollins and Punk cage match, which it was a good
It was
cage
so
match.
good.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
great.
really good.
100%.
But like finishers are supposed like this.
Well, here's the thing.
There were so many stomps.
There were
in that
so many
match.
stomps and so many GTSs. And like those are like I get the big pop of, oh my god, he kicked out of us, he kicked out of the stomp, he kicked out, like I get that. But now it's less special when somebody hits that move because, well, I know that this guy's like, I know he can kick out of this.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen it done. Whereas you protect the finisher, nobody kicks out. Then when you finally do break and somebody's able to kick out, it's that much more special.
Baron Corbin was really the best at it. 100%.
Also, the
Who
end
was
of
it? Who was it that kicked out? Was it
McIntyre.
Okay.
It was McIntyre at WrestleMania 38.
I couldn't remember if it was Seth McIntyre or Priest.
It was McIntyre at WrestleMania 38.
That makes sense.
2022 was a weird year for Drew McIntyre.
Why?
He feuded with Baron Corbin for WrestleMania, and then his SummerSlam opponent that year was Jinder Mahal.
Ginger Mahal?
Jinder Mahal.
You said Ginger.
I stumbled over my word, but it was Jinder Mahal. Like, that was a weird year for
I just
Drew
picture
McIntyre.
Jinder Mahal having like a red wig on now. Ginger
He's
Mahal.
forever Ginger Mahal.
Like, that
now.
was a weird year for Drew. Especially because, like, I don't know. That's strange.
Well, he had history with Ginger. So.
Yeah, 3MB.
3-man band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the worst history. Somehow, you know, Heath Slater's fired, but like that guy got a job, so whatever. However that works.
Slater
out.
in TNA?
I don't know.
All I know is he's got kids. That's all I know.
I don't care about your
And Brock
kids.
Lesnar didn't give a damn about his kids. That was the best shirt I've ever seen when it came out.
I got kids.
Yes. You know what the best part was? That was just like a line he randomly said.
I got kids, man.
Yeah, I got kids.
Because
Became his whole gimmick.
Well, it's because when he was trying to like get a contract after
Yeah.
the brand split,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Somebody signed me. I got kids."
And then it was, the whole. I have to fight Brock Lesnar to get this contract. I got kids. I gotta do what I gotta do.
And the story, like that story, ended with him tag teaming with Rhino and becoming the first ever
Yeah.
SmackDown Tag
Yeah.
Champs. Like,
What?
okay.
See, and that was a fun ride.
That was 2016 was fun.
Yeah, parts of it, you know, but no, I don't know. I think, and this is why I think the family can work because they can be fun too.
Hear me out. If they bring up the family up, I think Karrion Kross would be a good addition to the family.
Dude, no,
I think he's the new Judgment Day member.
he could be.
There's been shots of him and Dom talking in the background.
Yeah, I saw that. Here's the thing: if he is, he needs to very quickly take over.
I think he will.
He is so good at like
Oh yeah.
if you go back, there's like a Twitter thread of like all the things Karrion Kross has said and done and like the outcome of all of them, and it's like every person he's affected has changed in one way or another, and it's like, bro.
Somebody clipped that he changes his hairstyle to look like
Yeah.
the person
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
trying to affect.
And he's like talking to AJ and his
His
hair's
hair's
straight.
yeah, it was really.
Yep.
He's
But-
so good.
So Cross would just trade the Final Testament for the Judgment Day. Like I
Final
don't know.
Testament doesn't exist no more.
Well, yeah, they got rid of the Final Testament. But like, okay, bye. So he just joined. He just
It's
starts
just
running.
him
the
and
Jud-
his wife. That's
yeah,
it.
I don't think he needs a faction.
I don't think so either. But I like him manipulating people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see him in ring more. I'm like, not that he's a good wrestler, but I mean he's not a bad wrestler.
Yeah.
But like, you know, hey,
It's just-
you
have
gonna
this
go
really
fight somebody, or are
great
you just gonna like
character.
stir the pot?
I need him to eventually at WrestleMania fight Sami Zayn.
I think he needs to beat Sami Zayn.
and kill him. Yes.
Yeah.
Just destroy Sami Zayn. No one can sell a beating like Sami Zayn.
We still haven't seen him since Elimination Chamber. We still have not seen Sammy.
Yeah.
Wow.
We haven't.
We
Huh.
have not seen Sammy since Elimination Chamber.
What did Karrion Kross do? Oh, well, the family put him in the back of a car. They sent it in the river. No, I think Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn is like, it's right there. And it's going to be so good.
It is.
And there's gonna be people who are like, Sammy deserves better for Mania, but also, I think that's the best of it.
this is a great. Like, the conscious fans know this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we all kind of know at this point whatever they give you at WrestleMania is going to be really good, right? Like there's no way WrestleMania is going to suck. You
Yeah.
know? And the question is where does this it's like a puzzle. Where does this piece fit with this one, and how do we get here? How does this make sense? And I mean even after the Rumble, we were like, yeah, probably triple threat, Roman, Seth, CM Punk, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we get there, and then like Raw comes, and we're like, oh yeah, that
Well,
all
that's
makes
how we get
sense.
there.
I feel
that
like-
all checks out.
I
Look
feel
at
like
that.
this time last year we had way more of a clue of what was going to go on at Mania,
Mhm.
and like I really love that.
A little bit, not maybe the year before, but like last year was the year that The Rock showed up and kind of threw a wrench in
Yeah.
everything.
If I had a nickel for every time The Rock showed up and changed WrestleMania plans, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah. Maybe you should change the nickels to like $1 million, you know, so at least you have something to show for it.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I don't know. I think everyone has a pretty good idea where we're going, but no one knows for sure, right?
Yeah.
We still
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know confirmed if Io, Bianca, Rhea is a triple threat.
Sure, yeah.
We still don't know what's going to happen with the women's U.S. title, the women's intercontinental titles. We don't know where we're going with any of that.
I have 2 pitches for those titles. I have 2 pitches for the IC, and then one. I think the U.S. title will probably be Chelsea Zelina.
I think so.
Yeah, they're
Especially
building for
after
that.
SmackDown.
Yeah.
Well, and they've been teasing that since Zelina went to SmackDown, where she's been
Mhm.
eyeing that. And then I have 2 ideas. One is stolen from somebody else, creator, so it's not my idea. Creator suggested we do Lyra, and then we throw the Bailey Roxanne feud.
You
in-
said
into
that
the-
last pod too.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
talked about that before.
Or, I don't think this is going to happen, just do Becky versus Lyra. Bring Becky back. Have her fight Lyra. Either put Lyra over or elevate that IC title one way or another.
I really
There's
think she's just gonna be Raw after Mania at this point.
Yeah,
do
think
too.
so too.
And make, like, it's unfortunate because Becky Lynch being tied to that IC title would elevate it so much.
She still can be after Mania.
Yeah, but, like, especially after, because Lyra was the one who beat Becky for the NXT women's
Yep.
title. So you bring that story in of Lyra being like, I know I can beat you. I've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can either have Becky win the title and put
Yeah.
a big name attached to that title, or you can have Lyra beat a legend at WrestleMania
Yeah.
and boost Lyra.
Yeah.
But if you do that, Becky's got to turn on her.
Ooh. Yeah.
You get a lot of road out of that too.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a lot of the mid card titles feel very much like, are we just gonna do a giant multi-man for this? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
I feel the same way. But also, I love giant multi-mans.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining
'Cause
about
they're
that
nuts.
So
whatsoever.
like the U.S. title, there were 6 guys. Like the 6-man tag on
Yeah.
SmackDown last night are all people we can just
it
throw in a
really feels
multi-man
like we
match.
get like 5 or
I was-
6.
and there's
okay.
ladder
and then you've got
matches.
Andrade and Carmelo you can throw in there.
So I was
and-
thinking of that last night when I was watching. This is a 6-man. This looks like a title fight here. Yeah, everybody in, you know.
And but
Mhm.
also like, so there was those 6 guys. Andrade wasn't on the show last night.
Nope.
Carmelo fought Randy.
Good match. Also.
Nakamura will likely get involved. Like, how many ladder matches can we do?
We're gonna have like 5 minimal. It feels like.
And then you look at the IC, and it looks like it's gonna be Breaker versus Balor. That's on Raw next week.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think that might be the multi-man match.
So you do Breaker, Balor, Dom, AJ, Logan.
Finn. Or
I said Penta.
I'm sorry, AJ. Yep.
Breaker, Balor, Dom.
Yep.
AJ, Logan, Penta, Kaiser, Dunn.
That might be overdoing it. That
Like-
might. I don't know. I would save the Penta and Phoenix versus Dunn and Kaiser match. I'd separate that.
I know it can be booked to be. That does not feel like a WrestleMania match.
It will
I
be.
mean, we
it
got
will-
authors of
it
pain
will be.
It will be when
versus-
you're freaking watching it.
I know. It doesn't feel like a WrestleMania match because like a Kaiser and Pete Dunne tag team feels very like thrown together. Ooh, look, European heels. Like it doesn't. It feels clunky.
That
What
would
if-
be
what
better
if
than
it's-
the Authors of Pain tag match we got at Mania last
I don't know.
year.
That was hilarious.
What if it's
The
the
Snoop Dogg
place?
commentary is
What if it's the
hilarious.
place where Phoenix debuts is at WrestleMania?
I don't think enough people know who he is.
I think it won't matter once he starts wrestling.
Well, yeah, but if you're gonna debut somebody, or debut
Also,
a-
WrestleMania. You don't think WrestleMania will know who
I don't.
he is?
I
WrestleMania is like the craziest of crazy people.
I want people to know.
All in Vegas. So
I
they've been up for
hope-
4 days.
I hope. I hope it is. I hope they are. But I kind of I try to live by the mindset of never underestimate how little other wrestling WWE fans know is out there.
Do you remember AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble?
That's true. Fair enough.
Vince McMahon thought he was going to get no reaction. How wrong he was.
Fair enough point.
They
Yeah.
exploded for the word phenomenal on a screen. The man didn't even show up yet.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I hope Phoenix gets a good reaction. He's like one of my favorite wrestlers, which is weird because he's not been a WWE guy yet, and I really much only watch WWE. But I don't know that does not feel like a WrestleMania match to me. It just doesn't. It will gladly be proven wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But sitting right now,
Yeah.
if you give me a WrestleMania card and it says the Lucha Brothers versus Pete Dunne and Ludwig Kaiser, it looks like you're playing my
What
GM
if-
and just needed to fill a slot.
Well, what if we knock out Kaiser and
Pete Dunne.
Pete? What's his? Tyler Bates shows up instead.
That would be interesting.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But also, Tyler Bate left as a babyface and Pete Dunne turned heel. So that
So-
dynamic could be
so-
interesting to work with.
People can come back as a heel. Doesn't
That's
matter.
true. I think that's more interesting. I think just the Kaiser Dunne tag team feels very like Franken team thrown together.
Sure.
It's
kinda
just
ready
You
for
clunky.
You could pull Kaiser out and have him in the this
IC title.
thing.
Oh, Sheamus would be in the IC thing.
Yep. Which there's Kaiser.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think
Even like, kind of wish Vinci hadn't been trying to sneak with Tiffany because then we could do the Lucha Brothers versus Imperium and that would be a banger. And now Vinci don't have a job.
all right. So that
that's what happened.
that was something he said.
This has been a very long tangent.
What?
I hear your birds.
Oh, is that what that is? What was that? Was that the bird?
I sounded like bird chirping.
That window
Oh.
is open. Okay.
Oh, really?
I was like, "The hell is that noise?" I'm like, "Is someone? Hello? Is someone hiding behind my wall?" No, that won't be able to pick up on the microphone. But like, that freaked
Just
me
that
out.
was a weird sound.
Yeah, I bet the person over there's got the window open and they're watching TV or something. Or I hope it's TV. I don't want to.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's not PG.
So the U.S. tag titles, huh?
so I didn't see that because they edited out of the main feed. So in the
I
main
watched it post and I still see.
Wait, what happened?
So when Jimmy Uso came out last night to like confront LA Knight, instead of calling it the U.S. title, he called it the U.S. tag title.
Once a tag wrestler, always a tag team wrestler.
But in the edit that they had on like cable and like YouTube TV, he just said U.S. title. They somehow edited the word tag out of the stream because internationally SmackDown aired at like 3:00 yesterday.
Yeah.
Which Raw is gonna be on at like 3:00 on Monday. It's gonna be great. I can just put it on while I'm driving home from work and
Oh,
just
'cause
chill.
of Netflix?
Yeah,
Yo, that's actually perfect. I'll
Wait,
be able to
no,
watch it too.
no.
yeah. They're
it's-
streaming it at 3.
I thought it was still gonna air at.
No, the cable shows. So NXT and SmackDown will still air at their normal
no
times.
way. Hold on.
But Raw is gonna be at like 3 o'clock.
p.m. for us.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I got plans Monday night.
Raw.
That's perfect.
I get to watch Raw live this week.
Let's go.
That's not on at 3. That's crazy. 3
I was confused because even was SmackDown earlier this past
yeah,
week?
internationally, like the international Netflix had it at like 3 o'clock.
But like for us, did it still start at normal
Yeah.
time? Because I went to go start it at 8, like normal
Mhm.
start time. But when I clicked on it on Netflix, because I was using my VPN. Oh, that
Well,
makes perfect sense.
You won't get Netflix. You won't get SmackDown on American Netflix.
No, I know. I just clicked in my head. I was using a VPN, so like my laptop thought I was in Canada. Because when I was trying to watch SmackDown yesterday, it was
You
like
just
SmackDown's
admitted-
over already.
You just admitted to a crime.
Cool. I pay for it.
What was the crime?
Isn't using a VPN like illegal?
No.
Oh, okay, cool. Then.
No.
Never mind. I lied.
Literally pay for the service.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Using a VPN is allowed.
It just clicked to me. The
Okay,
reason I
so-
couldn't
Boy
watch
got that
it.
Surfshark.
Guys, even better news. For the next 3 weeks, Raw will be live 3 p.m., 4 p.m., and 3 p.m.
That
Heck
is
yeah,
awesome.
bro.
That is so good.
That's dope.
I was
I
nervous.
get to watch Raw live.
Wait.
I really was not expecting to
What?
watch it live
What?
this week.
Wait. Oh, okay, never mind. All right. So the Go Home Raw will be back in the United States at 8 p.m. So that'll be the last one. Will be right before.
Yeah.
But yeah, March 17th, 24th, and 31st, 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 3 p.m. That's
I,
dope.
um,
I'm gonna watch it on my
Nice.
way home.
We
Not watch it, just listen to it.
So we I was telling you guys before the podcast that Thursday night I was at my family's house to like finalize all the stuff for our cruise because I'll be on a cruise WrestleMania weekend, and the Wi-Fi
That's so funny.
the Wi-Fi package came up, and I looked at my parents and I was like, "Yo, I need this Wi-Fi package." They're like, "Why do you need the Wi-Fi?" I was like, "Because it's WrestleMania weekend." And my mom looks me dead in the face and goes, "You're gonna watch WrestleMania while we're on vacation?" And I was like, "You're absolutely right, I am." And my wife just turns at me and goes,
You should just been.
starts glaring at me. I was like, "I told you this was happening. You
Like-
can't watch it later?" No, I can't.
There's a pool. Y'all can go swimming. I'm gonna sit over here and watch WrestleMania.
Exactly. We're gonna be in the middle. We're gonna be in the middle of the ocean. What else do you want me to do?
Because if you don't watch it live, Brock Lesnar is gonna return and
Yup.
F5 Becky Lynch through a table.
Oh,
Find Biggie and just snap his neck the rest.
Oh,
of the
you
night.
leave Biggie alone. You leave Biggie
I
alone.
said Brock Lesnar. I didn't do it.
No, we don't bring Biggie into these jokes.
Not even in our fantasy bookings.
So, do we think that there will be some form of Biggie return against the New Day at
No.
Mania?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, the New Day need a match for Mania,
I
right?
think they win the tag
And-
titles at Mania.
Yeah, they could take the War Raiders on and beat them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really hope and I really want selfishly for him to return.
Yeah.
But I know, like, if he can't, he shouldn't. You know what
Don't
I
force it if you.
Yeah,
don't force
right.
It.
If you can get cleared and you feel good about it, go for it. But the fact that he's lucky right now to be living without pain in his neck after what had happened. He's no pain, nothing. He can still lift. He can do everything. It's just the bone hasn't fully regrown. So, I mean, bro, how many times can you land on your head like that and be okay?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so, I mean, I think he's earned the right to kind of do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
If he wants to keep doing pre-shows, post-shows, fine, man. You know what? WWE should pay you for the rest of your life because you nearly died, you know, right there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Selfishly, I'd like that. I think it'd be great.
I miss Big E. I just
but
miss
at the
Big
same
E.
time, you know, I don't think so.
Yeah. He I mean he's fully occupied elsewhere. He was on that animated Spider-Man show.
Yep.
He was one of the voice
Yeah,
actors for that.
which is a whole other thing I have some issues with, but you know, it's a whole other thing.
I don't know. I think like he's arguably like top 3 most beloved WWE like people amongst like the company and the fans, and like he's up there as far as like we love Big E. Everybody loves Big E.
I think it's like him in truth.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not even talking like as in like character based, just like remember when he won the title and everybody from every company was like he deserves this, good for him,
who
like
else,
we're happy for him.
Who else is more beloved than him in truth?
I don't
like-
know. Like that's why I said top 3.
You know,
Like
I have no idea.
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Probably.
Rey
It's-
Mysterio.
It's
yeah,
those
yeah,
three.
yeah.
well, no, the New Day hates Big E too. So I was gonna say, well, New Day hates Rey Mysterio.
Well, I mean, everyone hates the New Day. It's
JBL still hates Rey Mysterio, and it's been like
I still
15
hate
years.
JBL. I still hate JBL.
It's been like 15 years.
I still hate JBL for what he did to Shawn Michaels almost 20 years ago.
Well, he almost caught him crossing the border. What do you want? I mean, that segment I watched live on SmackDown, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
That's one way to get heat.
Yeah,
But no,
especially
so
in Texas.
it's very much.
As I wear an Eddie Guerrero shirt.
I noticed that.
It's very much like a we just want you to be okay mentality that I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And if you are, and you can, and you feel comfortable, go for it.
But also like there like he could just be past the point of wanting to get back in the ring.
Yeah, we don't know.
Like, you know, you're out of there for so long that you just grow accustomed to not doing it
Yeah.
anymore. And
But
like
I don't know, but wouldn't that like imagine there's something you really love doing and you don't get to stop doing it because you've had your fill.
you chose
Something else takes it from you.
Oh yeah.
Every time we've seen that happen with a wrestler, you can think Edge,
Christian.
you can think Christian, Paige, Saraya.
She's
you know,
not under contract anymore.
Daniel Bryan. I mean,
Mhm.
there's so many where those guys are really itching
Mm-hmm.
to get back there and prove themselves.
Mm.
So I can't imagine he's one of those people that is not like wanting to like be like no.
Yeah. I mean, even like Roman, when Roman
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
leukemia came back,
Yeah.
you know, it's really, and like you can look at history of like, you know, people having it taken away. I mean, the most like,
I mean, Ric Flair has. Good lord.
I mean, even you think of this is a lot more like, it's a permanent taken away, but like Owen Hart. Owen Hart had so much more left to give, and then that accident happens, and it's
Yeah.
it's
We
over.
can't exactly ask him if he'd like to continue,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know, I get your point.
Brett, that kick to the head,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
I'll say it. I think Bret Hart is a crybaby, and maybe is like has been like needs to
He-
grow up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
He's still holding the grudge
Yeah.
like 30 years later.
Right.
Like,
Bill Goldberg.
He ended my career.
all because of Bill Goldberg.
Right. Okay. You kept wrestling after that. You got kicked. Like let's not like overlook the fact that you kept going.
Yeah.
You look at guys like, I'm trying to think. There's more there's more people who are like that.
I was still laughing about Bret Hart's grudge against Goldberg and how legendary it is. Have you seen the memes where it's like, I hope you have a great day and a Christmas or whatever, and he goes, except for you, Bill Goldberg.
Just those people who like wanted nothing more than to do what they love and had it taken away from them. Like,
Even Randy Orton being out a year and a half, I'm
yeah,
sure he was
Randy wasn't expected to come back. Like,
That's another match we need to get at Mania is Randy and Kevin Owens.
yeah, that'll be
He needs
that.
another
I'm so
stipulation
excited
match
for
for
that.
Kevin Owens.
just immediately hits an RKO and like punts him like 6 times.
That Randy versus Mello match on
Jesus.
SmackDown got me so hyped. That was such a good match.
That was good.
Like I was not even expecting Randy to tease a punt kick on Mello too, and then Kevin came out and like
well, the voices are back.
I was literally like during that part I was like leaning back watching the match, and then Randy went to the corner about the punt kick. I just sat straight
Like,
up
are
so
you-
quick.
Like, but that guy didn't. I don't know if Carmelo deserved that. Yeah.
Well, he disrespected him.
he
said
did a
played
15. He did a 15-year-old joke on him. Like
Oh,
when
okay.
he
He
shake his
disrespected
hand.
him.
Okay.
He was claiming that Randy Orton plays Fortnite when Fortnite's for kids. Grown-ups play Elden Ring, apparently.
Yeah, but like, kick him in the face. You know, like punt.
His promo last week. Did we cover that?
Which-
The Pat McAfee is the second best punter in WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, bar.
Yep. Yep. We'll see.
I'm so happy Randy Orton's back.
Yeah.
Can you imagine we get face Randy Orton versus heel John Cena?
We're gonna get that stand
Like-
at some point. At least.
Please don't give me that match. Please don't.
They're gonna face off against each other.
They
in the ring
have
at
to,
least.
No, they
right?
don't. Why? What is this? They have to. They have to. CM Punk, John Cena. They have to. Why? Why do they have to?
CM Punk Cena had their moment.
Bro, that was
a good
That was
moment.
a good little interaction.
Yeah,
they
that was a
had.
good moment.
Great, but did they need their own match and their own rivalry? And like, no, they're good. That was it. They're
I
great,
don't
perfect.
think any of Cena's like pay-per-view stuff is going to be long-term rivalries. I think he's going to have one-show feuds the year.
Okay.
I think the only like long-term rivalry he's going to have is with Cody. So yeah, sure, at Backlash in St. Louis, we can do face Randy, heel Cena.
Please no.
Like,
Please no. Why? For what?
it's a retirement tour. Play the hits.
Oh, no, don't.
You
They're
can't
already
have
not doing that.
you can't like have John Cena on his
If they were
retirement
gonna-
tour and not
if-
have him face off against his
If they
greatest
were-
rival
If they
of
were
his
gonna
career.
play the hits, it'd be the shoulder comeback, the spinning backdrop, and then the 5-knuckle
But we're
shuffle, and then the
replacing-
AA, and that'd be the greatest hits. You know, the 5 moves of doom. But we're not doing
We're
that.
not saying we don't know if he's not doing that.
What do you mean? He turned heel.
Okay,
After 21 years, he turned heel, joined The Rock, and let Travis Scott slap the piss out of Cody Rhodes. What do you mean we don't know what he's doing? What do you mean?
we haven't seen what heel John Cena looks like.
I hope he beats him with the Thunder Fist. Have you ever seen that stupid move?
the 6th move of doom.
Yeah,
and
but he went-
he did it on.
And then he just punched a dude in the face.
It
And I
wasn't even
like,
he like backhanded it.
Yeah.
He was like, ha!
Yeah.
What are you-
I was like, and he was in China, and he was like, Jackie Chan taught me this, and Jackie Chan went, oh no, I didn't.
Oh, no.
Stupid. No, awful.
Late 2010s was really weird.
I hope he just starts cranking the STF till people pass out. That's what he
Dude,
needs to
that's
do.
good.
Kind of like Gunther with the sleeper hold.
He finally did a good STF
Yeah.
in Elimination
It was-
Chamber.
no, it was
Well, he hooked him under the chin. That's
was-
how you're supposed to do that move.
it was all right.
It's better than him going like this. and
Compared
trying
to, like,
squeeze
old
under
S-
his
yeah.
biceps,
And the person just laying down flat, like, ah.
like, bro, you could drive a bus between Cena's arms where their head's supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, I'm happy this is the last year of John Cena. There, I said it. I'm just happy it's almost over.
He's older than us.
Yeah.
He's not part of our generation.
I had to live through John Cena burying everybody that was cool,
And see for
and it was just stupid. You guys
where
didn't.
your perspective is, yeah, he's burying everybody that was cool. He was our superhero.
He
You
was not my
know?
superhero. I was an avid John Cena hater as a kid. All my favorites were like people he went up against. Like people on my Rushmore are his rivals, Randy Orton, Batista, CM Punk. All three of those people are on
Okay,
my
fine.
Mount Rushmore.
He was my superhero.
yeah.
Like Over the Limit 2010, I was there. They fought from where I'm sitting. They were fighting at where that little wood structure is. Like I was right there.
I just rolled my eyes.
That's
so
fine.
hard.
You can roll
That's-
your eyes. I don't
that's-
care.
That's like
That is
that's-
my childhood. I
I-
got to see that stuff.
Do you like Rey Mysterio?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you see when Rey Mysterio won the WWE title?
Yes.
In
And John Cena
2011,
murdered
that
him.
was
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah,
was
immediately
bad.
had to defend it against John
That
Cena
was
for no
bad.
reason.
The heel John Cena moment. Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. I'm not saying everything he's done is
I'm-
perfect. He should have lost to the Nexus. Like he's not batting 1,000. I'm not claiming he's batting 1,000. What I'm saying is like he's still
Right.
the
But the
wrestling
fact-
representation
but the
of
f-
my childhood.
But the fact that he got to do win all these things he should not have, and at the same time, if he had any mental clarity about the situation he was in, he could have just not buried people on a microphone and hung them out to dry.
Yeah, there's
He
plenty
could have,
of
because had he just not done that, people wouldn't have hated him as much. People
Yeah.
know what they're watching. They know what's wrestling. But at the same time, like to see this dude literally just, he had a feud with Chris Masters at one point, and Chris Masters misspoke about the name of the pay-per-view. Instead of New Year's Resolution or Revolution, he called it Resolution. And John Cena made it a very critical point to point out how dumb Chris Masters was because he doesn't know the difference between a revolution and a resolution. And his whole promo was how dumb Chris Masters is about that.
yeah. I'm not.
I'm like,
listen,
bro, like, why did you that did him no, like, what did you do that for?
yeah, I'm not saying
And, I mean,
like
he
he
did
was,
the same thing to like so many other wrestlers.
and I get that. But as a child,
No, I
when
get
the
it.
when
I
the
get it. You're a
massive
child.
good guy
I get
is-
it. You're a child.
Have you ever
making
had
the
the
bad
feeling of
guys-
nostalgia, Tim?
Yes.
Really? It doesn't seem like you give that off. It doesn't feel like you know what that
I
feeling
can't
is.
spell it, but I've certainly experienced it.
So, what else from SmackDown and I guess Raw?
I think we've kind of covered most of it.
Because if we have, I have a slight game, not like anything
I hate
crazy.
you so much.
I know, but it's gonna be enjoyable.
I doubt it. All right. Well, start your thing, and I'll let you know if there's anything. We
So-
haven't covered.
One of the main things that was brought into 2K25 was intergender matches. We can now do intergender matches with everybody. So, what intergender matches would you like to see happen in real life? Like last year, we got Rhea Ripley versus Akira Tozawa as like an intergender match on Raw, which was like, whoa, we're doing an intergender match.
That happened? I forgot
Yeah.
about that. I forgot about that.
Zelina Vega versus Braun Strowman.
I was literally going to say Andre the Giant, Selena Vega.
We didn't talk about Charlotte and
Couldn't tell which one of them was which. They were wearing the same
Yeah.
thing.
I don't know. I'm hoping they don't do that at Mania.
Just don't let Charlotte win.
But the
Don't let
match
Charlotte
with
win.
BFAB.
It wasn't bad.
No, she's getting better. I think she's getting better, and I think that's great. Damian Priest, Shinsuke. We talked about
The Drew
how-
McIntyre kind of calling out Damian Priest, making that like an official feud.
Yeah, they're stitching together why the rivalry is important. He's the vulture that has preyed on all of my downfalls. Like, okay, cool.
Whatever
They're
works.
making it make sense. I guess.
We've talked about most all of it. So, intergender match I want to see.
Realistically,
I think the stereotypical one is like big female, small guy.
Rhea versus Dom.
Right. But like that's why I think Zelina Vega versus Braun Strowman would be so funny.
Yeah.
Or is there someone smaller than Zelina? I think she's the smallest person.
It's either Zelina or like Alexa. Roxanne.
But
Yeah.
Alexa's like 5 foot. Zelina's like 4'11".
Yeah, I'm not really sure who's smaller.
Yeah.
Or like just good work rate matches. Like you could
Becky
do,
versus Seth.
okay.
Becky versus Seth.
You don't want to see that. That's gonna get really awkward real quick. How about oh man, a good. I don't want to put Charlotte Flair in a match, unless it's with Brock Lesnar, but
Zario versus Braun Breaker.
Oh, that's Hoss fight.
no, it wouldn't be. If you actually look at her
Well,
next
yeah.
to him, it wouldn't be.
But I mean, she's
This is the thing you got to keep in mind is that like the guys are naturally just much bigger.
Yeah.
You know, like yes, but also no.
Yeah.
Like Jordan Grace against
Jordan Grace, yeah.
Jacob Fatu.
Shoot, good lord,
Jesus
Nope.
Christ.
she's big, but not next to him. That's the thing. You'd have to do like her versus like Rey Mysterio or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jordan Grace is short too.
Yeah.
She's just wide as a truck.
Stephanie Vaquer and AJ Styles. I just think the work
I
rate.
feel like
would be
AJ
good.
just can put on a good match with anyone.
Yeah.
So like that kind of just
Stephanie Vaquer, Carmelo Hayes,
Ooh. Okay.
or what's his name? The Legado del Fantasma. Santos.
I don't like. I'm a Santos hater. I'm not.
Why? He's so good.
Bro just has no aura. If I'm just being real, he comes
Are
out.
you a 13-year-old on
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Instagram, bro?
I'm
What do
sorry
you
when my
mean?
wrestler comes out, I want to be like, oh, that dude's cool. There's literally no reaction when Santos comes
Are
out.
you
I
saying
don't
that
care.
when Otis and Akira Tozawa come out, your first thought is those guys are cool?
I'm excited? Hell yeah.
That wasn't the question.
Yeah. There's no comedic aspect to Santos. There's no serious aspect to Santos. He's just there. That's how I feel about him.
No,
He's
that
just
wasn't
there.
the question.
Okay,
When Otis comes out, your first thought is that guy is cool.
okay, you want me to backtrack a little bit? Okay, maybe not everyone has to be cool, but at least some characters have redeeming qualities about their personality. Santos is just there. He has no personality.
You didn't
to me.
watch NXT with Santos? Was
No,
it-
I didn't.
Yeah, it shows.
He doesn't know NXT like that.
Yeah, I am
He-
willing to admit
he's
that.
Casual.
He wow.
I started watching wrestling again in 2023.
Filthy
That's
casual.
fair. We brought him back.
No, Santos is really cool.
2022, actually. No, yeah, 2023.
23.
And he's
It
better
was,
as a heel. So when he was in LWO, I was like, please stop.
Like, just this current iteration of Santos, I just don't care about.
He's just good. He's just like a Andrade. He's just a really good wrestler. With
Yeah.
like
I could acknowledge he's good in the ring. It's just his character. I just don't care. Just,
that's pretty sad. That's
like when Santos came out at the Rumble, I just was blank stare. I was just great.
there's got to be someone. Asuka and Akira Tozawa.
Oh, that poor man.
Yeah, no kidding. No
Poor,
kidding.
why do we keep doing this to Akira Tozawa?
Bro, give me
Against
listen.
Gunther,
So
against
is
Asuka?
it fair to say that Asuka is like the strongest hitting women's wrestler? Like she'll actually beat you?
I think it's between her and Io Shirai can just really kick you, but no, probably Nia Jax. But she just doesn't do it intentionally. I think Asuka just really just hits you. So yeah, probably Asuka.
So we do Asuka and
Could be
then
Julia, but like not lately. not in NXT lately.
Do Asuka and Gunther.
Asuka would be murdered.
I don't think like
What do you mean you don't?
what
think
we're
so?
not like an actual. We're not going like an actual fight, but like you can book a match to where like Asuka can take it to Gunther.
I mean, yeah, but like,
Ooh, Penta and Asuka.
ooh,
she's the only one he hasn't fought
Yeah,
yet.
exactly. Exactly. He's fought Kairi Sane. He's fought Io. Just check them all off the list. Let's go.
I'm trying to think of other ones that would be fun.
You need like a male who can work with smaller wrestlers, and you need a female who's kind of nuts to kind of fit the bill. Like if you had like
Io Sky.
okay, we got that one.
I'm trying to think who would be the best pairing for Io Sky.
Io Sky can wrestle anyone.
I really yes,
legitimately.
she would probably no longer exist, but I think Io Sky and Jacob Fatu would actually be a banger match.
I really thought you were going to say Bronson Reed, and I was very concerned about the tsunami.
Oh no!
I was like, please don't.
Oh god!
No. I think Io Sky and Jacob Fatu would actually be a really good match.
I think Jacob Fatu would get brought up on more charges, and I don't think he needs that in his life.
I mean, even Candice LeRae would fight dudes on the indies all the time.
Yeah.
He's not in the company anymore.
Who?
Cedric. You ever see that
yes,
viral
yes.
that
when he hit her with that
the lumbar check?
Yeah, and she just went,
Woo! She literally flipped.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I just think okay, it's in the game. Other companies are doing it. Maybe we could start bring
No,
back the
please
mixed
don't.
match challenge
Please.
and let them fight everybody.
No,
I don't
please.
think it's necessary.
It's such a weird thing. I understand it for the game because it's a game, and I think I understand when Becky fought what's the chinless dude?
James Ellsworth. Yeah.
I understand that because they didn't punch each other or anything, and it was. But I think you really walk that domestic violence line very carefully. You know?
Yeah, I mean that's fair. You watch Lucha Underground and you see Penta absolutely murder a poor woman, and it's like, oh well, maybe not.
Right, exactly. And I feel like, given that we have this whole thing where it's men probably shouldn't hit a woman.
Yeah.
I understand, but as far as the game goes, cool. If Rhea Ripley wants to beat up Dominic Mysterio, have at it.
The fact that we didn't ever actually get that match is
I really
disappointing.
I really legitimately thought we were going to actually get that.
You didn't need it. She would have
just for the storyline thing.
Yeah.
She's hit him with the riptide several times. I mean,
It could've just happened on a.
She did it. She never did it.
she did it when
I thought she hit it once at
I'm
least.
pretty sure she did.
No, she was never able
Oh.
to, unless she hit it at No, it wouldn't have been SummerSlam because that's when he turned. I think the only time she might have
turned.
it might have happened at Bad Blood, but I don't think she ever actually got him
Did
with
it
it.
happen on the first episode of Raw?
No. Maybe.
That's what I'm because I think it did happen just one
Did
time.
you say the first episode?
like
of
on
Raw?
Netflix?
on
Yeah,
Netflix.
Netflix episode.
I don't think it ever happened though.
I could be misremembering, but
Or listen, I'll be wrong.
I'm pretty
'cause
sure it happened.
I'm pretty.
Yeah.
It might have happened on the Netflix.
I think
Raw.
it only did happen one time though. Like she only hit it once.
She was finally able to hit him with it.
yeah.
It was on the Netflix Raw. Okay, you were right. Good call.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, that was so quick to just say, you were wrong.
Hey, I'll cool.
Be wrong.
I'm okay.
Very
with
first result. I was like, I'm pretty sure she hit that dude with that move.
that. Yeah, it was a fun little what would be some good male versus female matches that we could put together.
I'm not really a fan of that as a concept. Did you ever see, who was it? Who was the guy that beat the crap out of Asuka? Minoru Suzuki versus Asuka?
No, but that sounds like a
No.
banger.
Well, so Asuka was promoting this match, this event, and she was a promoter, and she put herself in this match with Minoru Suzuki, and she talked to him after, and she said, "Do not go easy on me, because if you do, I won't sell it." So that man,
He
killed her?
Listened to her. He listened to her, didn't he?
she had a black eye and she was beat to hell. And then after the match, he was surprised because she thanked him, and he's like, "What is wrong with you?" he said she was like the toughest woman on the planet. She had a concussion or no.
Probably
it was
is,
crazy,
yeah.
bro. But yeah, no. The match is if you want to watch a match and watch a match and figure out why this is not a good idea, you can watch that one.
Yeah.
Because it is violent, and you don't to the point where I watched it and I was like uncomfortable and I was like, oh no, you probably do.
It's one of those things where like if
Please.
somebody walked in on you watching wrestling and that's on the TV, you're
Ooh.
like,
Yeah, I don't know what the response to that is because it's like, you know, the usual thing is like, you know, people walk in and I'm watching wrestling and it's like, you know, Lola Vice versus like Nikita
Yeah.
Lyons and you're like, bro, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But like this, yeah, stop that. but like this would be different. We're like, what are you watching someone get murdered? Like, what is happening? You know, so I don't know. But all right, so I think we covered all Raw, we covered all SmackDown. We got through quite a bit, and we did it all without any run sheet or any sense of direction. Which
Yep.
track-
This
which
is a very
tracks.
ADHD
Yes.
pod
which
for normal.
tracks,
Yeah.
it's pretty bad.
So I think it's 12:18. I think we should probably call it an episode, and I'm gonna take a nap. I think that's my plan.
That's fair.
I've been up
Sounds
since like
good.
3 a.m.
Oh, good lord, Tim.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just couldn't sleep. It was my fault.
I was up till 4 a.m. So
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah, but I was awake at 3.
He
Oh.
woke
Yeah,
up.
we're on opposite
Oh,
schedules.
never mind. I misheard you.
You
yeah.
went to bed at 4 and
You
woke up
still-
at 9.
Yeah.
I was up at 3 like.
I've kind of worked myself into a semi-normal sleep schedule. Where like I was in bed by like 11:30 midnight
What
last
is a
night,
sleep schedule?
and I was able to get up at like 8:30.
People with jobs know what sleep schedules are.
Well,
That's uncalled for. That was uncalled for.
I'm
John
just
Cena
gonna-
can turn heel, so can I. All right.
What do you mean turn?
Yeah, I know. I just exist.
You are the heel of this
I-
podcast, Tim.
I am, and I accept my role. And
He knows his role, but he does not shut his mouth.
that is correct. That is 100%.
he is the John Cena. He just doesn't care how much he has to bury us. He's gonna bury us anyway.
Every
Right.
week he buries one of the two of us. I hate John Cena. He buried the younger talent.
He hates him
also
because
Tim.
he is
Are
him.
you an idiot? Are you dumb? What do you mean this doesn't work? Here's
It's not my fault. You can only be so wrong. I mean, you know what do you want from me?
He hates what
Stop
he
burying us.
He hates what he's trying to become.
I'm becoming everything I hate. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, probably. That's probably accurate.
Those who fight monsters, be careful not to become the monster.
All right, great. So this has been whatever. All right, guys. I'm gonna end this. Thanks for coming over. Thanks for eating breakfast.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out. All right. Bye, guys.